What Hello everyone and welcome to another stream. I hope you're all doing well today. We're going to be taking a look at hustle culture and how stupid it is. We have various different hustle culture gurus that we're going to look at today, along with some channels that talk about basically why poor people are poor, and it's going to be pretty embarrassing for them. So I guess we'll find out. Chat, today will we find out how to become billionaires? The answer is to start with rich parents. Anyway, how's everyone doing? I hope you're having a good weekend so far. Did I see this yet? Oh god, what is it? The Red Ape Family episode 2? No. We probably have to either watch this today or on Crypto Cringe. It more fits Crypto Cringe, but I do kind of want to watch it. Alright, let's just get into it. You know what? I feel like doing this today. It ties in. Crypto stuff and hustle culture, scams, they go hand in hand. So let's do this. Of course, we watched the first episode of Red Ape Family a while ago, which is a cartoon based upon the Bored Apes line of NFTs. NFTs, of course, being basically virtual Beanie Babies. We've talked about this plenty on the channel before. If you don't know what NFTs are, go check out Folding Ideas on YouTube. Dan Olson has a great 2-hour documentary all about NFTs and crypto and why it's dumb. Anyway, this is episode 2. It only took like 6 months to come out, so, you know, the productivity of the new digital age, okay? Silicon Valley, move fast, break things. We're going to find out what the newest episode is and how embarrassed we can be for the people who made it. Before we do that, though, we have some bits messages. Prakagam says, "You make the rules around here." True. Meek says, "Since we know that Tate came from wealth, I hope he's on the roster, too." And Paul the Potato, thank you for 100 bits. Alright. Let's go for it. Oh, one more. Citosaurus says, some D-bag decided to attempt to break into my apartment last night while I was asleep. Luckily, they effed up my doorknob and didn't get past the deadbolt. Now I get to wait for maintenance to get off their butt to come and fix it so I have a functioning doorknob and not one that's in 2 pieces. Sorry to hear that. Glad you're safe, though. Midnight, thanks for 13 months, says, "Hannah, the reason I'm poor is because I'm not an alpha male like Tate." That's true. Me too. Okay, we have a flashback to episode 1. They were doing some kind of heist for an NFT that's on this flash drive MacGuffin.
What this is?
Michael Porter, please make your way to the boarding gate.
Oh, this is meta. They're including the comments from the first video in the second video. It's very Deadpool of them. Paul the Potato with 100 bits says, "I can't send comment. It says the action could not be completed. Please try again later." I mean, you sent one this time. That's weird.
No!
Whoa. Easy. You had a nightmare.
Jesus. It was fucking awful. We were in a universe where we had no backstory or character arcs. And you had a fucking British accent.
What's wrong with that?
People hated it. I saw another universe too, royally fucked, by the way. Creatures called trolls, who were trapped in a thing called YouTube.
Poor things.
Okay, so I'm guessing that taking the criticism from the first episode that it was awful, they're retooling. All right, I'm down. Fresh slate. We're gonna just say, you know, the first one, it was a mistake. We'll go in fresh. I'll keep my bias out of it from the first episode being dog crap. And now we're gonna go ahead and watch, and we're all going to have open minds, audience, okay?
No, they were assholes. Virgins making reaction videos in their mother's basements, all talking about
I'll have you know, this is my landlord's attic, okay?
how shitty we are.
Nick Snort, thanks for 22 months.
Probably all men.
No, babe. There was only one man in that universe. Jake Paul.
What about the women?
Controlled by a hideous beast. Something called a Pete Davidson. Then at the end, I saw my parents.
Well, it's over, so get up. Hunky is finishing his grooming shift at Apelicious, and we have to pick him up. So no more mushrooms before bed.
It wasn't the mushrooms. What you experienced was a rip in the multiverse, cause.
Oh, great. Everyone's doing multiverse these days. It's so hot. 84% to level 1 on the hype train.
By the power of the golden NFT you stole.
What the fuck are you doing in our bed?
I get lonely at night, and I like to cuddle.
They say that I'm way too cold. They say that my heart's too froze. They say that I made a goal. Told me sign I didn't know. They say that I'm way too cold. They say that my heart's too froze. They say that I made a goal. Told me sign I didn't know. Yeah, yeah.
So your pops really stole the golden NFT?
Weirdly, the animation still looks bad, but I do think it looks slightly better than the first episode. So I'll give them that. There was slight improvement. Good for them. Citosaurus says, sorry for making you dodge so many curse words. It's pretty much second nature for me to use them in every sentence. I'm gathering you're trying to curse less. It's better for YouTube uploads. Makes it easier to monetize things. So I'm trying.
Yeah, can't really talk about that.
Oh no.
Get off me. You're grooming the shit.
Hey, that's my kid, fat fuck.
The name's Fat Fucking Ape.
Who do you think you are? Fucking gigantic.
I'm the least of your worries. That golden NFT you stole is gonna have everyone in your universe coming at your head.
My husband didn't steal anything.
Okay, so it's not a reboot. They were pretending they were rebooting at the beginning, and then they made fun of the people who made fun of them because they made a terrible first episode. So they made fun of them by pretending they were going to reboot and redo things, but they're not. They're just continuing anyway. And their deflection was that the people who criticized their bad animation and writing and humor is that they're, quote, virgins. Cool. Good defense of your bad product. You're nailing it. Bumble Homestead with 200 bits says, listening and crafting again, Kiddo has decided they want fairy wings to go with the floofy skirt for the Ren Fair. Reasonable. True. And Yeti Vod says, thanks for keeping me company while I play the silly block game. Well, I hope it is fun. 14% to level 2 on the hype train. This has 16,000 views, by the way, which is not great. For something they presumably put a lot of money into. Archangel with 400 bits says, hey Hannah, hey chat, hello.
Come on, Chucky, let's get a table.
Do you want me to eat him?
No! Can't you hypnotize yourself to stop that?
You're a brilliant scientist, but your accent and character traits fall in line with racist stereotypes. Do not fall into the trap of other universes. Other universes. Other universes.
Shark Zero and Saber Spark show up in the background. Beautiful.
Ed and I could have taken him.
Based on that ape's size, I believe you and your father would have had your asses handed to you.
How did he know you stole the golden NFT?
I may have let it slip.
Damn it, Hunky. God, I wish I had better pull-out game.
finished. Now I am vegan.
I found our next target.
Who?
Our bloody neighbors. Did you not hear him say he has the golden NFT?
Chill out. I walked away from that life. I want nothing to do with NFTs. I make an honest living now.
Well, I am sick of taking out garbage and eating shit sandwiches. Find out where he is keeping it, or it's the old dick twist for you.
I hope you hit the golden NFT drive somewhere no one can find it.
It's safe, trust me.
Come on, guys. Can I come on the heist next time?
If Dad needs help, he'll ask me. If he needs fleas off his back, he'll ask you.
I'm having a lot of trouble distinguishing the characters, because, like, other than the fact that the fur's a different color, the main lady ape, whose name I don't know, looks a lot like the albino ape that we just saw, who's planning to steal the NFT from them. And okay, that one's the kid. Is the one with the ball cap also their kid? I still don't understand the backstory here. Who are they? Why are they? Raja, thanks for 6 months, 64% to level 2.
Caesar?
Like, do the people who make this not understand that in order for us to give a shit, we have to care about the characters even a little bit? Like, here's an example. Rick and Morty is an animated show that doesn't take itself super seriously most of the time. It's kind of like, you know, blasé about, like, canon and the characterization of the characters sometimes. Like, it's whatever. It's very fourth wall breaky or whatever. But also, like, there is characterization there, and you can see that there are arcs, sort of, that the characters go through. Again, it's not super serious. It's a dumb comedy show. But there's some central thing there for you to care about as an audience to latch on to. I don't know the point of this, other than trying to find a use case for your bored apes that you wasted money on. I don't understand the point. Rachiology with 50 bits says, wow, it's amazing. 66% to level 2 with a minute left. Let's not let this hype train die.
Don't talk down to your brother.
You each got half of me. I'm the brains and brawn of this family.
Really? Who comes up with the plans?
Well, your last plan is the reason why I'm still wanted on Earth.
Oh, it's the Louvre. Rageology says, amazing how much mediocrity a lot of money can buy. True. 69% to level 2 with 40 seconds left.
Change de chaîne, CSI est en marche.
Je veux regarder Blacklist.
CSI.
Blacklist.
30 seconds left on the hype train.
Blacklist.
Did I see the resale? The first tweet lost like 2.9 million. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. They bought it for like millions of dollars. Like a lot of millions of dollars. And then we're only able to get an offer for like, God, what was it? Like 200 something? It was amazing. Procagom, thanks for gifting 5 tier 1 subs, saving the hype train. Always appreciate your subbies. Stone Corbell, thanks for gifting tier 1 sub. Citosaurus 300 bit says, trying to contribute to the hype. Also, I don't think people making this cartoon have any sort of plot in mind. They're just putting stuff on screen without any rhyme or reason. So lame, I know. I don't... It's like they wanted to make a show that's entirely Family Guy cutaways. And I hate that. Hydrate. Will do. Level 3 complete.
This. Oh, nothing back. I'm dead. Oh shit. I'm so sorry, guys. My bad, my bad.
Chérie, passe-moi la télécommande.
Excusez-moi. Ooh, CSI. What episode is that? Anyway. I mean, it was my first time on the glider. All right, let's get out of here. Blacklist is on in 10. Ready, family, assemble.
The kid is looking for gold, huh? Come on, Hector. Now is our chance.
There's no writer credited at the end of this. They either quit, were fired, or didn't want their name attached to it. Or all three. Somehow. I quit. No, you're fired. Cool. Take my name off. Profane Priestess says, by the way, my guy, he's literally a billionaire. Wait, who is? Oh, yeah. All the chuds and dumb people, like, being like, Elon Musk will save us from big tech. Elon Musk is one of the richest people in the world. He is literally big tech. It's like they think the issue with, like, big tech, air quotes, isn't the structure of the society in which we live, and, like, the pyramidal structure of, like, capital and, like, ownership of things like Twitter. It's just that it's the wrong person at the top of the pyramid. Very dumb.
You're treating him
28%
like
to level
he's
4.
second to Caesar.
He is second to Caesar.
I am smarter and more handsome.
Also a
Avant Gardener, thanks for 400 bits, says, very happy to catch you live again. I'm glad you could.
better dresser.
Stop it.
Yeah, Laurel and Hardy. We all know that tech bros are very into Laurel and Hardy references.
Both of you apologize to him when we get home.
He is second to Caesar.
Throw it.
It's a physical Bitcoin.
Sick. Actual Bitcoin. I don't need to find gold. Gold finds me. I gotta go show Dad now.
The problem with finding Bitcoin in the street is by the time you get home, it's halved in value.
Bollocks. What was I supposed to say? I have completely forgotten.
How we rehearsed, Stanley. You say drop the ape, you dirty monkey.
Yes, indeed. Drop him, I say. Drop him.
Fuck off. We're keeping him until we get the gold. Get him, Hector.
What, me?
Fuck it. I'll do it myself.
Okay, now they're fighting Laurel and Hardy. They shot a cat. This is a cartoon in which they murdered a cat. Everyone loves when cats get murdered.
Mr. Pringles, you motherfucker.
They named the cat they killed. That'll make it popular.
You British bastards will feel the wrath of Hector, the Reg Monkey.
Hector, are you okay?
I don't quite have a handle on the setting of this either. They were in space in the first episode, which implies it's like a sci-fi thing. But like they're also on Earth, and it looked like modern day Earth, so they're like aliens, that's fine. And they're like now on a planet that has a lot of mushrooms, presumably because the creators really like drugs. So they're like, haha, drug reference, that's a joke, right? My love of drugs is a personality and a setting, so we'll have everything be mushroomy. And then they're like weird other creatures? I don't know. 30 seconds left in the hype train, 45% to level 4.
Disgusting. I thought that gadget is flawed.
Till you let the air out of him.
Yes, I dare say a perfect job.
I pay you two knuckleheads to do one job. Now look at you. Let's bounce. We have new orders.
Fine.
Thanks for the level 3, everyone.
Really, home sweet home. Let's all kick back and relax. Rocky, TV.
Where's Hunky? Why isn't he home yet?
So glad you asked, Winky. I am Dr. G's.
An evil NFT holder. He sucks up every last NFT for himself.
I think evil NFT holder is redundant.
Yes. Rumor has it that he even has the sacred BE.
What's a BE?
Baby Elon.
So what do you doctor in?
Advertising, but I also have a master's in evil.
I didn't know you could major in evil. Where did you go to school?
The University of Phoenix. Now shut the fuck up. Checky, you will bring the golden NFT to me.
And why would he do that?
Because I got your son, Hunky.
Oh, well, you can keep him safe until we rescue him.
I wanna see him.
You can't. He's not here yet.
I thought you said you had him.
He's on his way.
So you don't have him.
I do. Look, I hired a bounty hunter. It's all part of my plan.
It doesn't seem like a very thought out plan. I would know. I make plans all day.
Do you have a degree from the University of Phoenix? No. Then shut the fuck up. Bring.
This conversation back and forth, this banter is more boring for some reason. I feel like I'm zoning out real bad.
The NFT to Mesquil or Hunky dies. Dr. Juice out.
Shit, what do we do now?
Take the Musk one to Muskville. That's where the auction is. I got some of my girls, Dre and Bianca, on the inside. I got a plan, but it's gonna take all of us.
Okay, so that's Saber Spark. They did a parody, and it's Saber Fart. Got him.
All cats stand by. We cannot underestimate the red ape family. Meow. Indeed. What if they try something?
That's not answering my... Oh, okay.
If they do not bring the golden NFT, I will release one of my own. Motherfuckers.
Okay, so the baby Elon is like a monster? NFTs are like physical things in this world? Which I guess makes I guess I get why people want them in this world if they're physical objects that can actually do things. You know, like a real object you can own. Rachel Oreo, thanks for 3 months, says... Meow. And Overthought says, Big Stinky Elon. Don't give me ideas.
In this book, The Primate Way.
Oh, did they change the ship? In the first episode, the ship did not look like this, and I think it was named like the Musk 1 or the Elon 1 or something. The point is the crypto community has a weird fetish for Elon Musk.
Learn how to eat like our ancestors intended. No sugars, starches, breads, or carbs. Just the 2 G's. Grass and grubs.
Stanley, if humans came from primates, shouldn't we follow the same diet?
Don't be ridiculous, Olives. Humans are omnivores.
Well, I know one thing we don't eat.
And what is that, old boy?
Pussy!
Will you two shut the fuck up?
What?
Why don't we just drop the hunky out of the airlock, Dr. Jeeves is gonna kill him anyway.
This is a neutral mission. Dr. Jeeves said we get a bonus if we deliver him in one piece. He has other plans for him.
It's someone else's ship, that's why. I'm sorry. It's the guys who captured them's ship. Procagam says, I saw the joke coming from a mile away.
He has other plans for him.
Great work, Dr. Nautiti. Increasing the power in that pen is going to be crucial.
Ha 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 ha. So is using your head as a projectile. Very good plan, Winky.
I went through every single product drawer. I think we have enough.
Cool. Your mom and I will be packing the veg.
No, it is their ship, right? Did they just change the ship? That's fine.
Wait, I still don't get why Dr. Nwatiti can't eat them all.
Because it will produce the largest hairball the world has ever seen.
Oh wait, was the ape on the ship the other ship? That was the sun. See, I have a genuine problem telling these apes apart. This is an issue. All of your characters were based off of the same template that was then just like reshuffled by an algorithm and turned into NFTs that you're now trying to turn into a TV show. So your characters all look identical. Except for like slightly different hairdos.
So where is the golden NFT? The safe room? Somewhere on the ship?
H. Baird says, Axiom, the company that has 4 people in space right now, has released commemorative NFTs. SpaceX is cool, but the fact that Elon is involved is attracting all the crypto bros. I hate everything about what you just said.
Somewhere no one would suspect. Here, boy, Rocky, turn around. That's it. That's it. Take it.
Oh, I don't like that joke. That's a joke about him putting something in a dog's asshole. That's bad.
Take it. Are you fucking insane? You put the golden NFT up Rocky's ass?
Winky, do you know anyone who's gonna think to look there? Let's be honest.
There it is.
It doesn't even make sense as a joke. The dog would just shit it out. Like, what?
Council.
That's where Dr. Jeeves is holding his auction with all of his fucking 1%ers. You're up, Niles.
Oh, go, bloody hell.
Let's boogie, habibis.
It fundamentally doesn't work to make... Like, if you're gonna do NFT holders as villains who are rich, that's fine. Like, the recent GTA 5 online expansion had a whole thing where you went and, like, killed an NFT guy, you know, it's a video game. Because, like, it's a whole plot involving Dr. Dre. It doesn't matter. You can make NFT crypto people villains, and people usually like that because most people think crypto is ridiculous and asinine. It doesn't work when your heroes are also into crypto and are literally doing it in order to try and steal an NFT back or, like, keep their NFT, because I hate both of them now. They're both fighting over something I find to be morally and ethically wrong, so it's not good. It doesn't really make sense.
What a great party. Probably the best party in the history of parties. Some would say it's even better than the Boston Tea Party. I started the whole NFT thing, you know. It was me. I'm the biggest NFT in the world.
Cutting-edge social commentary.
Babe, why are we here again?
Habibti, I told you we are Winky's eyes and ears in this bitch. We gotta help our girl.
Well, we should throw in for some of these NFTs. We don't want them going to mini Trump.
Oh, can you...
Doodle Doomsday, thanks for subscribing with Prime.
Imagine?
No, Dre, I can't. But I can't imagine your sexy self dancing. Come on. Woo!
Up and down, girl.
Get it, girl.
Look at that ass. Ooh.
Get it even.
Good evening, friends.
And fellow graduates.
And fellow graduates of the University of Phoenix, class of 2130.
Okay, so it is the future. It's the future. We have just... We're 12 minutes into the second episode, and we have just established firmly this is the future. It's the future. Cool. But Laurel and Hardy are here, but it's the future. That's fine.
Dr. Jeeves welcomes you.
This year I got more NFTs than anyone in the entire solar system. And today I will auction them to you. But first, something special.
Wait, I thought
this is the future.
I thought they said he was keeping all the NFTs to himself. If he's auctioning them off, then he's not. Then he's selling them. Which is literally what you do with speculative assets. You either hold on to them or sell them once you think you're at a price point that you've made enough money that you think it's now worth it to sell them, and you don't think you'll necessarily get much more later, or you don't think it's worth it to hold them until such a time. This is just what NFTs are. What?
With this device, I can turn any living organism into the NFT. I call it the Garyvee ray. Anyone or anything can become a work of art.
Reference to Garyvee, who we're going to be covering later, so that makes sense.
All you have to do is pull this little trigger. Say goodbye, Hanky.
Hands off the boy, you cunts!
That's our cue, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, eat lasers, motherfuckers.
Security!
Caesar, Chucky, now!
What's with all these cats? Somebody grab the pussy. Would you grab that pussy, please?
Bring our secret weapons! Hurry up!
Get your fucking hands off my son, you blood-sucking motherfuckers!
Dr. Nwatiti.
H. Baird with a link. Oh, God. It's okay, there's only 4 minutes left.
A little help? Catnip!
No.
They killed a second cat. I think this is the only animation I've seen where they've killed 2 cats.
OG Kush. Works every time.
Caesar, get your bro. Mom and I will finish fucking up the fruit bat.
Yo, time to get the fuck out of here.
You stupid primate bitch! I will leave you to deal with my most dangerous NFT, motherfucker.
Elon. Okay.
Baby Elon!
Rageology says, boy, I'm really looking forward to 10 minutes from now when I forget this exists.
Holy shit, babe. I can't move. The goddamn thing is so cute.
How much of this is obscured by the chat box for you guys? Not enough. Okay, sorry about that. Again, so this is an NFT, but it's like a real thing. This is an NFT that is an actual giant Elon Musk baby.
It's not making any sense, but I want to do whatever I want.
Does the baby also commit like really cute securities fraud? Like how does it work?
Once.
Well, fuck me. Gonna be killed by a baby.
Bitcoin. Bitcoin. Soda Bitcoin.
Come on, guys, let's go.
Chucky.
Holy shitballs, you can talk?
Yes. The Bitcoins have set me free, Chucky. You have no idea what is happening, do you?
Not the slightest fucking clue.
All will be revealed, Chucky. Here.
Listen, little baby who was trying to kill me. As much as I would love to stick around and watch you dig through your poop, I gotta go.
Take this. It will reveal your origin and show you your true path. Take it.
He's gonna take a Elon Musk shit mushroom? Tube man with a link.
Please kill me. That poor man. I hope someone does kill him.
Simpsons Hit and Run. Underrated.
Chosen one.
Smells grimy.
No, that doesn't smell. That doesn't sound like Elon. Someone asked if it was actually him.
Thank you, baby. So, what exactly am I chosen for?
That will all be revealed in time.
Oh, was that Road Rage? Sorry, it looked very similar.
Idiots. They don't have a clue. A giant distraction, so we could locate and isolate the golden NFT. Good boy.
So, baby Elon eats the Bitcoin, shits out a mushroom, gives it to you and says, "You're the chosen one." Bullshit.
Elon was actually in a Rick and Morty episode. Yeah, I was upset by I mean, not upset, but I was eye-rolled. Let me say that. When Elon Musk showed up in that episode of Rick and Morty, I eye-rolled.
Exactly how you said it.
Because, like, Dan Harmon has a Tesla, and he loves Elon Musk, to my understanding. It's just very...
Look.
Chucky, you throw that out.
Oh, come on, babe. This is tiny. It would be a microdose.
Absolutely not. It's dangerous.
Okay, fine. I'll toss it.
Takes like an hour at least for a mushroom to kick in. That's not how that works. Although I've never had an Elon Musk shit mushroom. Maybe the rules are different. Okay, he's like a Moses. Alien.
Wow. That was fucking bananas. Jeez. What is that even supposed to mean? Am I a fucking ape?
Well, I'm sad we sat through that. What do I have to say about it? Still not funny. Still not really entertaining. But they did improve over the first episode. It was too long, but I will give them, I think it improved over the first episode. It's still unwatchable, and I would never watch it for non-cringe related reasons, but it's a step up. So, like, if they keep putting it out an episode every 4 months at this level of improvement, it should be watchable for general audiences in 73 years. Alright, let's move on. Oh, this is gonna make everyone here mad. Because it should, because this is ridiculous. I don't have a lot to say about this, other than, like I said, this stream is about hustle culture. This is about sort of toxic positivity, toxic productivity. The idea that if you just work hard and never take any time for yourself ever, and you give everything to your job and literally work overtime and don't take any pay and stuff like that, then you too can become a billionaire shitposting memes online like Lord and Savior Elon Musk. Yeah, false meritocracy. It's a good way to put it. So here's a video that's gonna make everyone mad. Citosaurus, thanks for gifting us up.
15 things poor people do that the rich don't.
This is as bad as you think it's going to be. Yeah. Tucker White says, Hannah, that was terrible. F you for showing us the NFT cartoon again, and I hope you burn in hell. Yeah, okay, thanks.
Welcome to alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired.
Trust us, guys. All 8,000 people that watched this video, they're gonna be billionaires. It's not a scam to sell poor people or middle-class people on a dream that they'll never achieve of somehow breaking through from the middle class or lower class into some sort of high echelon of society that's actually been gatekept due to taking away all avenues of upward mobility from society. No, it's fine. Just work harder. That's how it works.
Hello Aluxers, and welcome back to a slightly different video. We know that many of you are on your way to achieving financial success, so we wanted to put together a list of things that poor people do which guarantees their mediocrity. Please take all of these with a grain of salt, and
remember, every poor person is only a result of mediocrity according to this channel, okay? No circumstances outside of your own will ever cause you to be anything less than a billionaire, okay? It is always your fault, okay?
realize these are here to make you think about your current situation and what you could do to better yourself. The thing is, whenever we do a video like this one, some people will always take offense. While you're busy bashing us in the comments, the true Aluxers write these down and see if there's room for improvement in their own lives. In order to make a list that's actually valuable for you guys, we've consulted with some of our own mentors and millionaire friends about some of the differences between the poor and the rich in their day-to-day life.
Because if I want to hear opinions about poor people, I definitely want to hear them from rich assholes who don't know what it's like to be poor.
As always, there are plenty of exceptions to these rules. Not everyone is in control of their circumstances, but being aware of these habits and activities might give you a slight edge. And who knows, if you stop doing them, maybe you'd be closer to that goal you've been dreaming about. Here are 15 things poor people do that the rich don't. Number 1. Poor people watch a lot of TV.
Okay, number 1. Listen up here, working class losers. You need to stop trying to have any entertainment in your life. You get an hour to try and relax and enjoy something while you eat your dinner after a long day at work? Nope. Time to get online and grind, okay? This is time for your side hustles, okay? You got home from a 12-hour shift and now you want to sleep? Nope. Too bad. Time to get on your phone and make sure you're selling. Always be selling. ABS. Tubeman says, look, if you didn't want to be poor, you should have been born rich, idiot. True. I didn't think of that.
Let me put it this.
What year did this come out? This came out 4 years ago?
This way. If you have the time to watch reality TV, you're probably...
They still post content like this, though. This is just the one that was sent to me.
Poor. It's always amazing how much time poor people waste on meaningless television. It's one of those...
entertainment and unwinding of any sort is useless. This is actually funny because this is demonstrably untrue. There have been studies that show if you burn yourself out, it not only affects the work you do during the time in which you are burnt out, but even after you get some time to yourself, it can actually make you less productive even when you do get a rest and then go back to work. So no, taking time for yourself and being able to unwind and unplug from things is a necessary component of being successful for anything. And I'm not saying that's going to make you rich. The biggest indicator of being rich are whether or not you were born rich and your ability to actually have capital in the first place to use to enrich yourself further, because the easiest way to make money is to already have money. But if you are working towards something, and we're talking about success not necessarily in the monetary sense, but achieving whatever goals you have, you need to take time to rest. We are human beings. We are not machines. You cannot go on and on and on every day with no entertainment, with no relaxing, with no any time for yourself outside of this hustle shit and expect to function. It won't work.
Distractions that grabs you and doesn't let go. If you know which celebrity is dating who, and if you're watching TV shows every week as the episodes come on, if you have a favorite news channel.
You watch Moon Knight once a week for 6 weeks while it comes out? How dare you? Why didn't you take that time to join an MLM, loser? Tucker White says, but Hannah, time off means less money for the rich overlords. They mean the working class. And Overthought says, I watch you more than TV. Am I on the way to being a billionaire? For sure. Yes, that's definitely true. If you watch me, you will become rich. For sure, Zeus. That's untrue. That's not how anything works. If anyone says to you, and this is a big part of this hustle culture grift, if anyone tells you by listening to them, you will become rich just like them, they are lying to you. They are getting money from you. It's basically selling you the same idea as spending $1 on a lottery ticket. It's the dream. They're not selling you anything tangible that's actually going to help you. They're selling you warm, fuzzy feelings of believing that if you just try hard enough, you too can become the boot that's stomping on the working class every single day. Mr. Whiskers says, hope everyone enjoys the holiday weekend. Back to work now.
Probably watching too much television, hence why your life is the way it is. Let us explain. Celebrity gossip and buzz offers no value to your life. It only serves the celebrities. Rich people...
I don't follow celebrity stuff, and yet here I am. Not with $1 billion, not with $1 million, not with $100,000, not with $50,000, not with any net worth to speak of.
People aim to be on TV instead of watching it.
Raven says, here's an idea. Make more money. Make more money. If want to not be poor and be able to afford the things you want in life, you want to go ahead and make more money. Bet you didn't think of that. I didn't actually.
Might say, but Alux, I'm watching The Big Bang Theory, which is a really funny show, and it helps me disconnect.
Big Bang Theory is not a funny show.
That's exactly the issue.
And this is all art and comedy is subjective. Except for Big Bang Theory. Big Bang Theory is objectively unfunny. Objectively. I will not debate this with anyone. Nanandia Owl says, don't worship celebrities on TV. Worship us. True.
You disconnect from your problems instead of dealing with them and getting them out of the way. There are rare occasions where, in the words of John Lennon, time you enjoy wasting is not wasted time. But really think about it.
Remember when John Lennon was like, can you imagine... no possessions. It's easy if you try. And then he got shot.
Should sitting inside watching a screen be something you really enjoy doing? Before we move forward to the second thing poor people do, let me explain what we meant by having a favorite news channel. You might say that the only good reason to watch TV is to be aware of what's happening in the world, staying informed. The problem we're seeing with this is that TV stations are always biased in order to fit their own agenda. Instead, use the power of the internet to get a quick glimpse of what the world is like today and move on.
No one on the internet ever has a bias or agenda, by the way. Just cable news. No internet source has any sort of bias. Meek says, Friends is funnier without the laugh track. The inverse is not true for Big Bang Theory.
Move on to do your own thing. Number 2. Poor people eat fast food. Health is really important, and many poor people have no interest in knowing what's in their food.
Let me addendum that for you. By the way, a lot of the things on this list are correlation isn't causation, or they actually reverse causation. Poor people cannot afford to spend time and energy thinking about what's in their food. What? What are you talking about? A meal at McDonald's might cost $5 to $10 or something if you get like a big meal or something, which isn't a ton of money, but for a poor person that can be a special thing or like whatever, especially if you have kids or whatever. Kids like McDonald's and stuff. So that can be a treat for you guys. It allows you to not have to cook anything for dinner, which is already a problem poor people have to face, because for a lot of things that poor people deal with and working class people in general, it's an opportunity cost issue. Cooking, getting ingredients, sourcing them fresh when you can get them, cooking them, preparing them, cleaning after the cooking, these are all things that take time, and time is something that poor and working class people do not have an abundance of, unlike the wealthy. So, when you can go out and get some fast food or whatever, whether it's McDonald's or Whataburger or whatever, and you can do that for a special night out, it's a treat. Not only because it's, you know, calorically dense, high-calorie, sugary food that's going to make your brain go burr, but because, oh, we don't really have to do any cleanup, we don't have to do any food prep, we just get to sit down and eat and then throw away the trash and enjoy our night. This person who wrote this has no idea what it's like to be a normal human being, and it's shocking. Thrash Mio says, yes, rich billionaires never watch TV. They would never get wall-sized TVs. Raven says, you need to wake up at 3 a.m. Why? I don't know. If you wake up at 3 a.m., you'll most likely be tired. And Arnania Owl says, so what food are they going to suggest for wannabe hustlers wasting their work time on making healthy food?
What an actual healthy meal should look like, or barely know anything about nutrition. Poor people are blasting their brains with large quantities of sugar and fats with no nutritional value.
Boy, it's almost like those are the cheap foods. Crazy, right?
They're actively ruining their bodies, and as...
I like that for an image of a poor working class person, they're like, look at this pig eating a pie with his face. Like that's a thing people do outside of the context of a pie-eating contest. Good lord. The judgment on, like, people who don't have as much money of them is so blatant.
As an effect, they cannot perform at 100% of their potential. If you're not healthy, all aspects of your life are directly affected. You'll suffer physically, mentally, professionally, and even romantically. Number 3. Poor people buy clothes or products that are on sale.
I wonder why.
Let me put it this way.
Yeah, this is gonna get real bad. This is some of the most classist stuff I've ever seen in a video. It's so blatantly bad. Tea with Goblin says, this is such a stupid list because even if you stopped watching TV and eating, McDonald's, you'd probably still be poor. I know we're only 2 items in, but it presumes that economic disparity is wholly the result of individual choices and not systemic inequalities. Even worse, it blames poor people for wanting the same convenience and entertainment that others take for granted. Yeah. And Raven says, didn't our boy Cobra Tate say that actually poor people are the ones who cook their own food? He did say that. Oh, what was I gonna say? Oh, like, I wouldn't call myself poor, you know? I do okay for myself. I have enough money to save. I've been somewhat irresponsible with the money in the past. I have a very large tax bill this year, which is going to be a pain in the ass to pay, but, you know, I'm capable of doing so on a payment plan. Today, I went out and Baha and I were at the store. I got this shirt on sale and a bunch of other clothes on sale. There's nothing wrong buying things on sale. If you like a piece of clothing and you can afford it and it's reasonable for you to get it, get it. Who cares? Who the fuck cares? Who is this asshole disembodied voice to tell you that you're lesser for buying clothing you can afford? It's so sick.
This way, the only thing you should buy on sale are stocks. While poor people are...
This is such a let them eat cake moment. The only thing you should buy on sale are stocks. Good God.
Looking to conserve or stretch the little that they have. The rich are focused on increasing their incomes. Just think about it. The clothes that end up being on sale are the ones that people who could afford to pay the full price didn't want.
Yeah. And?
By buying clothes on sale, you're just making sure that you're looking exactly like someone who can't afford to pay the full price.
Or you can't afford the real price. Again, other people said it. This entire video's like, is predicated on the idea that you can just one day wake up and go, I'm not poor anymore. I'll make not poor people choices. Not how this works. They can't manifest money out of nowhere randomly. They don't have rich parents they can just ask for seed money for their new startup. Like, that's not how this works. Raven says, I got $200 whole in my taxes this year, so as you can see, I'm doing pretty well for myself. Vontuck says, which rich demographic do we think this is targeting? Small business tyrants, maybe like low millionaires? I don't imagine Jeff Bezos is watching this channel. I don't even think it's rich people at all. I think it's working class people who have bought into the lie that if they just don't give themselves anything to enjoy in life and spend all their time working for someone else most of the time, then they will someday, in the meritocracy that they believe exists, be promoted to rich person. It's gross. H. Barrett says, I found 100 shares of Berkshire Hathaway in the $5 bin at Walmart. That's how that works, right? It's by the old DVDs of Hustle and Flow in that big bin. Raven says, class cucks is what I like to call those goofballs. If you look at the recent vids, there's one about NFTs. Yeah, I saw.
4. Poor people wake up later than rich people do in their early years. Poor people are often lazier than the rich in the early days. We know that some of you will be...
Can you get a link? Yeah, here you go. Are you going to leave comments telling them they're idiots? I don't think they'll care. It's a 4-year-old video.
Bothered a lot by the previous statement, but statistically, it's the truth. Someone who used their youth to grow themselves is a lot less likely to remain poor later on in life. Instead, if you wake up late, don't educate yourself. Waste time on...
Wait. Do they think college is free?
Meaningless activities. At one point, you'll find yourself so far behind what the world needs from you that you'll end up miserable. The paradox is that people who do not focus on growth in the early days end up working a lot harder with little success rate later in life just to stay afloat. We've done an entire series on inspiring people on our channel, and almost all of them.
Of course, the picture is Elon Musk. Again, a guy who grew up with incredibly rich parents who owned an emerald mine in apartheid South Africa. Yeti Vods with 200 bits says, I'm pretty okay when it comes to money, but I know I'm pretty lucky. I used to be a lot worse off when I was working retail. I was lucky that I was able to quit and work with at my family's small business. Even stuff like that is really helpful. Like, even if Elon Musk received $0 from his parents, which absolutely, by the way, is untrue, even if that were the case, he would still have the fallback and be able to take riskier choices with his own ventures, because he knows if there's something goes wrong or his thing doesn't work out, he can go work for his family. That's a lot of how rich people function and are at an advantage. They have the time and ability to go out and take riskier ventures or put money into projects that might not work out because they have fallbacks. Poor people, working class people, cannot do that because every week they need their paycheck to buy food to live. They cannot. They don't have a fallback. Meek says, when I was young and dumb, I used to think that people like Warren Buffett slept only 3 hours a day. And Simple Cat Girl says, also, in that example, wouldn't the person who pays less for the same clothes that a person bought at full price is better? Like, it's shaming a person who found a good house for cheap than the person who paid full price in the same neighborhood. It's gross. Tea with Goblin says, also, is it just me or is there just a smidge of manifest mindset nonsense in the comments about buying clothes at full price so as to appear wealthier than you are? How does it make sense to pay more for a garment just to look wealthier? Counterintuitive. Yeah, a lot of this, and some of the videos I have pulled up for today's stream are people doing the whole, the secret, I forget the word, the secret thing where like, oh, if you put this thing out into the universe, then it'll come back to you. Something magnetism, maybe? If anyone remembers the name, let me know. But, it's woo-woo bullshit, basically.
Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Warren
Law of attraction, that's what it is. Or manifesting, yeah.
Buffett, and more. Wake up early. You can check the series out in the...
You know what helped Bill Gates? Rich parents. I don't know Warren Buffett's backstory, so I can't speak to that, but Bill Gates had wealthy parents. D with Goblin says, you're poor because you eat, burger and wear cheap clothes. Shame.
Top right corner. Number 5. Poor people are really into sports. The truth is, unless you're a professional athlete...
Again, how dare you enjoy anything in life? Go back to work and create value for your overlords, peasant!
...or an owner of one of the teams, there's really no reason for you to watch sports.
Wait, how would the owner of the team make money if no one who didn't own the team was interested in the team? This doesn't even make sense.
It's the same with television. It's escapism from your current reality. Think of it like this. You're putting yourself in a position where you as an individual have no impact on the outcome of the game.
No enjoying things.
0 impact. This behavior then sticks with you, and you end up being a spectator in life instead of being a player or an owner. And that's when you start criticizing other people when you yourself haven't done anything better. Number 6. Poor people don't shower as often as rich people do.
I'm gonna guess this is another time thing. This is probably another time-based thing.
Initially, we thought this was just a made-up fact, but it turns out to be true. And amazingly, it explains a lot when you really think about it. Most of the jobs today are in the service industries, where human contact is a must in order to have a successful exchange of value. People who don't have good personal hygiene will, in time, be less successful than their...
Successful exchange of value. Stone Carbell says, this feels like a robot wrote this. Why like sports? Why like TV? Illogical. Tucker White says, as a huge lefty who's also a colossal sports dork.
Get fucked.
Their counterparts. People tend to trust...
Yeah, depression, stress, water bills. There are a lot of reasons for this.
...them less. People want to spend less time in their presence, and all of this has ramifications in their personal life. If people don't like you and don't want to be around you, what kind of partners will you attract? Exactly. It might seem ridiculous, but the first step to success should be an early morning shower. Number 7. Poor people blame others for their misfortunes. How many people do you know that have some sort of excuse or blame other factors for not being successful yet? There are some things that are out of our control.
Everything is your fault. India Owl says, oh yeah, baby, want to exchange some value? Yeah, you can share a GoFundMe. Simple Cat Girl says, do the person in this video think rich people, don't like escapism? Like their escapism fantasies might be effed because they're so disconnected from reality, but they have them. Again, this video isn't for rich people. It's for tricking working class and poor people into patterns of behavior that are better for rich people.
Control, but 99% of your life is on you. Remember that you are in
99%, huh? Wow.
Charge of your life.
It's crazy that almost every billionaire had at least rich parents then. Wild.
You are in charge of your relationships. You are in charge of your health. You want these to change? Do something about it. Life is not what happens to us. It's how we react to what happens to us. When something bad happens, the poor choose to victimize themselves, while the rich look into it, study it.
Holy fuck, I hate this. I hate whoever wrote this.
They seek to find out what happened, why it happened, and how they can protect from it in the future. While one assumes the position of vulnerable victim, the other uses it as a growing point. Number 8. Poor people have no money saved.
They're poor! Where will they get the money? If you don't give people money, how will they save it? What? It's like these people don't understand basics of how anything works. J.I. Loss says, you want things to change, pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
One of the differences between poor people and the rich is that the former don't get ready for what's next. Having money put aside...
They are incapable of doing so because all of their money goes to their bills. If you make $1,000 this week and your bills for the month are $4,000, then you have no money to save. This is like a random number. It's going to be completely different, but like this saying like save 6,500 whatever dollars. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people can't do that. Some people are in the negative all the time because their bills exceed the wage they get and they don't have time to make money elsewhere. Do these people not understand anything? H. Baird says, one of these is unironically going to be poor people don't make as much money as rich people, isn't it? Oh, God.
Allows for growth. Let's say something bad happens. If you have money put aside, the problem is solved, and you...
Oh, I didn't think about that. Just have money, dumb poor person. Just have it. Just have the money. Did you think about just having the money? Wow, thanks, rich person. I didn't think about that. Narnia Owl says, but see, Hannah, they've already told you to stop making excuses. You just gotta want to be rich. And Raven says, buy some kind of bootstraps pulling machine, sweetie, or sweaty.
You can resume your life. If you don't, and the situation is urgent, what do? You either liquidate an asset like your car, house, etc.
The implication that they think poor people own homes and cars is fucking astounding. What assets? Yeah, they don't have assets. They have liabilities, you idiot.
Or you can take out a loan. For the rich, when the situation is over, they're left in the same position minus the savings, while for someone who's poor, their lifestyle has been dramatically hit or now belongs to the creditor. Now, let's look at the exact opposite. An opportunity arises. Those who have money put aside now have the chance to expand their lives while...
Oh, did you just figure it out? That the easiest way to make money is to already have capital? Which poor people don't have by definition? Fucking crazy.
While the other can't afford to take full advantage of this opportunity. That's why the rich are growing richer while the poor are getting poorer.
Yep, the system's good though. Don't worry about that. That's good for some reason. Don't worry about the fact that our entire system basically works like a pyramid scheme where wealthy people are able to get wealthier, where poor people at the bottom are doing all the work and giving it basically to the people at the top by virtue of the fact that the people at the top get to decide how much to pay the people at the bottom for the labor they are providing. It's fine, just get money, poor person. I'm not gonna give it to you as your boss, but you should just go get it somehow. Get money to save. Again, even though you're working for me, I'm not going to give you the money to save, but just save money. Have you considered stopping eating? That's quite expensive. Have you thought about not eating anymore? Sky Comet Fallen says, in the tradition of the great Marie Antoinette, let them eat cake. Tucker White says, also in this country, cars aren't really a luxury, they're a practical necessity. Baha says, it's like they think everyone is paid the exact same amount and poor people just spend all the extra stuff on random stuff instead of saving it. Yeah, it's weird. Andy Pretzel says, all right, stepping in. The video makers don't understand the actual struggle. When the Obama recession hit, my family got hit hard. We were living paycheck to paycheck with my grandparents helping with big bills. These morons don't understand that when you do not have generational wealth, you are stuck in your spot unless you somehow get lucky in life.
Number 9. Poor people use credit cards or take out loans for useless things.
Because they have to. Because they do not have money in order to pay for things.
One of the main differences between rich and poor is how they make use of credit. The rule is simple. If you take out a loan to buy something that doesn't generate more money than the loan, don't take it.
Poor people don't do that! What are you talking about? Or if they do, it's for something they have to. Like, let's say you do have a car, but it's a crappy car because you're poor. So you don't have a nice car, you have a used car that's old and kind of on its last legs. All of a sudden, your car breaks down. It's going to cost $800 to fix. You can't pay for it, and you can't get to work without the car. And your work isn't going to let you take time off until you can get enough money or get money loaned to you from someone in order to get it fixed because your work doesn't give a shit, there's a bunch of other people waiting that they could hire that are also desperate for money. So you have to go and take out some sort of awful predatory payday loan that's going to have exorbitant rates in order to go and get your car fixed, just so you can continue to struggle at your job in the hopes that now you can pay off that loan along with maybe being able to pay your bills. It's a trap. Tea with Goblin says, a lot of this is very outdated boomer mentality. For example, here your university fees are paid up front by the government, who then deduct a certain amount from your salary once you start earning a certain amount. It means that you get college grads often end up paying more in taxes than wealthy property owners. I complained to my boomer dad about this, and his response was, well, when you get a better job, your debt will disappear faster. Cool, thanks, Dad. Sky Comet Fallen says, let's be honest, it wasn't the Obama recession, it was the George Bush recession. I would agree. I was just reading the message. Dr. Gamble says, about that rant, isn't that an unsustainable system, Hannah? Isn't what an unsustainable system? I've been talking a lot. I don't know. The one where rich people don't want to pay their employees, but want their employees to buy things and be able to save? Yes, that is unsustainable. Not sure if that's what you were referencing, though. J.I. Lost says, you go to a job to pay for the loan to afford the car to go to your job. Yeah.
It's that simple. You should only use credit if what you'll be using it for is an investment.
Oh, I didn't think about that!
Want to take out a loan for a large TV? Don't. Want a loan to buy that new Supreme gear? Don't. Want to use credit cards?
How do they think poor people spend money?
To get the new iPhone? Don't. Unless you're flipping the Supreme gear for profit, or you're using your iPhone to develop a new app to grow your business, these items should not be on your credit. Instead, earn the money and then spend it. You'll learn more about this on number 12. Number 10. Poor people tend to have more kids and earlier in life. The truth is, kids are really, really expensive.
No shit.
We all know how fun it is to make them, or at least practice making them. But people get stuck up to this point. They don't think it's true. Just to give you a sense of perspective, if you're living in one of the more developed countries, raising a child will cost you approximately $250,000.
Boy, it's almost like your job should be able to pay for a basic life and allow you to have kids if you're working full-time. It's almost like wages are too low and disallowing people from being able to afford to have families, and then older people wonder, boy, why does this generation have so many fewer kids? 'Cause they can't afford them. I don't want kids no matter what. I'm not interested. I don't want to raise a kid. Not something I want to do. That's fine. But a lot of people who are younger do want to have kids, but they can't have them because it's too expensive.
Because of a lack of education, bad environment, and other factors, poor people have, on average, more children and at a younger age than their rich counterparts, while the rich wait a couple of years until their standards of living improve in order to assure the right environment and prime...
Rich people have the, again, luxury to do this. Birth control costs money. Abortions cost money. Plan B costs money. Nerdtacular, thanks for 2 months. Family planning isn't free is the point I'm trying to make. Sky Comet Fallen says, let people have abortions. Them conservative assholes. And J.I. Lost says, it's almost like you shouldn't be punished by your job for having a kid or punished by society for not.
Conditions for their child to flourish. The poor just go ahead with it. Once the baby comes, the struggling begins. Just so they can stay afloat and progress beyond barely surviving is almost impossible to achieve. Number 11. Poor people do not do regular checks with their doctors.
Come on! This can't be real. This cannot be real! Gee, why do poor people go to the doctor less? I wonder. Morok says, my dad, you should save more. You eat too much. I have horrific food anxiety due to gender dysphoria and, barely being able to afford food. I could find a way to cut like maybe $200 a month, but that will only affect my life in the extreme long term. I'd rather enjoy food than have enough for half a decent computer after a year. I work in a super niche field, but the companies have decided cartography should only earn slightly more than minimum wage. Poor people can't go to the doctor because it's expensive, and they also can't afford to take time off of work to go to the doctor, even if they could afford the actual exorbitant medical bills.
touched on the importance
This is, of course, an American perspective.
of health in the past, but this is an especially important point. Poor people do
Sky Come Up Fallen says, who made this shit? Mitt Romney? He seems out of touch enough.
not get themselves checked regularly. Let's say by mere chance you end up having a difficult disease, let's say cancer. If you do regular checkups, you'll discover it in early stages, making the treatment possible at a lower cost. If, on the other hand, you neglect to do so, you might discover it only when it's too late.
These comments, by the way, are super, super depressing. People being like, I will be rich. I will be rich and happier. I'll be rich. I will be rich. I will be rich and successful. Like, this is, how many people commented on this? 48,000 comments. Like, people are watching this and being like, yes, this is me. I will be a billionaire. I will be comfortably wealthy. So true. I am not poor nor rich. I will be rich. It's just people living in a goddamn fantasy world, having bullshit fed to them instead of wondering why everything should be such a struggle when we live in a country, if you're in the United States, that's the wealthiest country on earth, but upward mobility is nearly impossible for huge chunks of the population. Simple Cat Girl says, this bitch is awful. First, rich people are often white because the system in place is racist. Second, even if I become rich, that's not going to make me happy. I'll still be a black asexual woman that lives in an F world. The hustle mindset that once you're rich, all of your personal and systemic issues will go away. Maybe that's why so many men in this culture is such a pathetic, sexist, violent loser, and women being awful, gaslit, gatekeep girl boss. Jay Lost says, also keep in mind that many or most poor people are poor partly because they have jobs that also don't offer benefits. Stone Corbell says, could be a bot comments plus all the negative ones may be deleted. The negative ones I think are deleted. Kippy says, 2 years ago when I was having a severe heart palpitations, I had to seriously weigh the cost of getting my heart examined and the cost of my grocery bill. And Morok says, also important to note, rich people usually have better education, specifically sex ed. A reason capitalists fight against sex ed for the poor is to keep turning out kids for the factory. Tea with Goblins says, we have mostly socialized healthcare in Australia. We paid zero out of pocket when my partner's appendix blew up without any prior warning, as appendixes are want to do. There are conservative politicians here that want to take the safety net away because being in medical debt is apparently an incentive to work harder. Horrifying. It is horrifying. Don't let anyone in your government do that. If they do that, time to take action.
Will cost both you and your entire family a fortune, and no matter how much money you have, you might still lose your life. Number 12. Poor people spend money before they get it.
Because they have to pay their bills.
One of the biggest dangers
also, you already said this one with the loans thing. This is basically saying the same thing.
In life is spending money before you have it. The second you start borrowing money or acquiring expenses before you're able to pay them, your life starts to spiral down. If you don't have money for something that you're willing to part with without affecting your life, then you can't afford it. Go back to work and then get it. Number 13. Poor people surround themselves with other poor people.
Oh, okay, can I come hang out at your country club and make some rich friends? Oh, I can't? You're gonna have a security beat me up if I show up on the premises? Oh, okay, weird.
True Alexers know that you are the sum of the 5 people you hang out with most. If you're surrounded by 4 poor people, guess who's the 5th? One of the ways people make sure they stay poor is by affiliating themselves or hanging out with other
Don't hang out with the dirty poor
people that reinforce their poor beliefs. You need people around you that will inspire you.
I'm not rich. Unfortunately, no. If you want to give me all your money, I'll be rich. And that'd be cool.
And push you further.
But no, I'm not.
That are doing incredible things themselves, whose success will only motivate you to exceed your current reality. If you're hanging out with the same people you did when you were young, you might want to double check. Don't be afraid to step away from a crowd and move on to something better. If you
be an asshole, abandon your lifelong friends because they don't make enough money. Certainly, that'll mean you're a good person. Overthought says, joke's on you, I don't even have 5 people that want to be around me. Simple Cat Girl says, making friends only to push your own interests would be miserable. J.I. Lost says, people surround themselves with poor people, also known as rich people, are snobs. And Arnandia Owl says, sorry mom, I can't come to Thanksgiving dinner this year, I'm trying to be rich.
If you don't, your potential will probably be crushed by those who want to feel better about their miserable lives by making sure you suffer the same fate. Number 14. Poor people never follow through on their ideas or potential. You're not able.
They don't have the money or time. Imagine how rich people must talk about poor people when they're not making a YouTube video, if this is what's going on, like, to the faces of people on YouTube. Morak says, this sounds like someone read American Psycho and thought it was instructions.
Able to control who your parents are, where you were born, or the way society treats you. The only thing you can control is the amount of hours you put into your dream. Every single person alive only has 24 hours per day, and yet some do a lot more than others. If you dedicate yourself to learning and implementing more about—
The whole idea that we all have the same 24 hours is bullshit. If you're someone who has to take a bus to work because you can't afford to get a car or maintain it or the insurance or anything, then your 24 hours are not the same as someone else's 24 hours if they have a car. If you are wealthy and have people to do things for you, if you're able to hire people to do things for you, then your 24 hours are not the same as someone else's 24 hours. If within your 24 hours, you have a bank account that allows you to spend money, to make money, to put capital down on something and then see a return on investment, then your 24 hours are not the same as a poor person's 24 hours. That is horseshit. Tucker White says, did feudalism ever really end? It just changed form.
What you're passionate about. It's only a matter of time until you reach success. You've heard that 9 out of 10 businesses fail in their first 3 years. Well, do you know how many businesses fail because they never got started? The answer is all of them. If you have an idea, work on it. Put it out. Get feedback. Improve it. Launch again and again and again. It took us 3 years of writing thousands of articles on alux.com before we decided to take the jump and make videos here on YouTube. Number 15. Poor people believe that others should help them reach the top.
Oh my god.
The world doesn't owe you anything. Nobody does.
How about this? If I'm doing a job for someone and I'm working full-time for them, they do owe me a living wage. Yes, they do. And if you don't think so, you shouldn't be in business. You should not be allowed to hire people if you don't believe that.
Believe it or not, you're in this by yourself. You are in charge of what happens in your life. The thing is, everyone believes when they're young that they're going to be successful, but then reality happens. This world we're living in rewards only the best of the best, those that never quit, those that keep learning, keep adapting, and understand that nobody will solve their problems for them. Face them head on, and along the way, you might meet people who feel the same way and might share parts of the journey with you. Otherwise, you'll just be a part of that majority that's meant to fail. We know this video was pretty long, but we believe that maybe this video will help you in your journey. If you know someone who—
There was no actionable advice in this video whatsoever. It was literally just, don't poor people suck for like 13 minutes. There was zero actionable advice here.
Who's guilty of any of these 15 things, please do them a favor and show them this video. We're curious to know, Alux.
Stone Corbell says, you're not in this for just yourself. Workers of the world unite. The only thing you have to lose is your chains. International intensifies. Stone Corbell, 25k bits badge.
What things do you believe poor people do that the rich don't? What would you add to this list? Let us know in the comments. Oh, you're still here? Quite interesting. Thank you for being a true Aluxer. Here's your bonus fact. Poor people are a lot more religious than rich people. Can you imagine the chaos if we started the video with this one? The fact is that, statistically speaking, successful people rely on their own forces for their well-being, while the poor hope that a mythical force will somehow reward them for being a good person. Even though presidents or CEOs might mention God in their speeches, they're not really religious. One great example is Facebook's CEO Mark Zuckerberg.
Boy, it's almost like people who are desperate turn to religion in order to justify things or to make them feel better about their miserable lives and constructive poverty that they've been put into by elites. What else? India Owl says, this just sounds like those pickup artist grifters. Just keep trying. This shit doesn't really work. Well, actually. And Sky Comet Fallen says, it rewards those with connections and money. Talent has nothing to do with it. Yeah, this channel is awful. This channel is honestly awful, and I hate them. You want to feel bad? This channel almost has 4 million subscribers. Tucker White says, here's the perfect 30-second rant response to everything said in this video.
Care is a service and a good.
You know what, motherfucker? If I don't got a right to my fucking health care out of your pocket, then get your vampire corporate ass out of my fucking country. What gives you the right to suck off of me, motherfucker? And give nothing back. Is life no longer a two-way street on Shapiro Island? Fuck you! Take you and your Ivy League milquetoast violin playing faggot billionaire buddies and get out of my country, motherfucker!
Don't send me things with the F slur. Sky Comet Fallen says, what do you believe poor people do that rich people don't? Easy. Poor people actually work for their living. True. Also a burn. Awful. This was awful. And we're all worse for it. So thanks. Simple Cat Girl says, I have one. Poor people have better sex and loving relationships than rich people because we aren't disconnected from reality. J. Lost says, where do conservatives go when they run out of water? Well, a well, actually. 15 things poor people waste money on. 15 ways to make $1 million. There's a ton of crap like this on this channel. Hold on, I gotta make a new, folder. Cool. Thrashmio says, one thing rich people do that poor people don't, collect millions of dollars when they get welfare. I mean, subsidies. We're gonna take a brief intermission while I urinate. In the meantime, watch these people falsely predict the end of the world.
You're predicting the end of the world for...
September.
Right. So do you want to take us through...
In Matthew 24, verse 21, it says, and then there will be great tribulation such as this world has never known nor ever shall know. In other words, it's the end. The evidence in the Bible points to the fact that September 6th of 1994 will be the last day of the final tribulation period.
Camping has a daily TV show of Bible discussion on which he occasionally has guests. And his radio stations broadcast to millions around the world.
Here we go again.
Judgment Day is at hand, according to a Christian radio preacher in California. The last time Camping predicted Armageddon in 1994, and nothing happened. He says this time his calculations of biblical dates and the Hebrew calendar have got it right. If 90-year-old Harold Camping's Bible-based calculations are correct, you shouldn't be making any plans past Saturday, May 21st.
On May 21, there's going to be a terrific earthquake, way, way greater than anything that the earth has ever experienced, and that'll be the beginning of Judgment Day.
Camping's followers are spreading the word. Some have quit jobs or school to prepare for the end.
Camping believes that only a tiny percentage of humanity will be swept up to heaven on Saturday. As for the rest of us, well, I'll see you in hell.
We have no plan B. It is going to happen.
Today is Judgment Day. This is the last day God will save you.
Robert Fitzpatrick. He took almost all of his life savings, $140,000, to have 3,000 posters put up in New York City.
Vontuck says, I never want to hear the word rich unless followed by Evans ever again. That man is a treasure.
City subways and bus stops.
I'm not going to tell you I'm down to my last penny, but, you know, it's a good chunk of what I had saved up, sure.
Does it matter if you're down to your last penny, if the Doomsday is coming?
No, it doesn't.
I feel as if I've been drafted.
If it does not happen, what will that mean?
I wouldn't entertain that question.
You're confident.
That's what I read in the Bible. I do not understand
6 o'clock,
why...
and I'm standing here talking to you.
I don't understand why nothing has happened. What happened now? I don't know. I don't understand what has happened. Why there is no visible sign.
There's a lady here who wants her money back, she said.
I pay a lot of money for that trip, but I'm still here. I want my money back.
She paid the money for the trip.
You didn't give me any money. I spent my own money.
No,
I had no contributions.
I gave you my money. money.
Oh, no, you didn't give me any money.
Stinky Boosh 77, thanks for 18 months.
Hello.
Oh, that's another sub, baby. 918. Ginormous Stinky Elon Baby is the name of this one. Ginormous Stinky Elon Baby.
Giving back any refunds for those who...
I never collected any money. It was all my money that I spent.
No, but I know, but being that you say the world was coming to an end, I didn't pay this much rent because I really thought God was going to come back on May 21st. And I gave a lot to the homeless people trying to prepare for this day. And
I'm sorry, I can't help you. You guys spent a lot more than you did, I'm sure. Yeah.
Big Stinky Baby died. Did you not see that?
Excuse me. What's that?
Pretty excited. A little let down. I went on a spending spree. Went out. Partied hard last night. Didn't work out. Now I gotta go get a few more hours of work.
Oh, man!
For some reason, I thought he was gonna say, gotta go get a blood test now. Whoops. Who's Big Stinky Baby? Oh, don't worry about it. The myth of Big Stinky Baby is too much to bear.
And then I think every
The tale of Big Stinky Baby is not one the Jedi would tell you. Gary.
And I think it's time.
Okay, so Garyvee is a hustle culture guru, a self-made man, and millionaire. He basically has a channel where he tells people, hey, this is how you can be rich like me, and they pay him lots of money for that. He also has his own collection of NFTs that literally look like children's drawings that he does in about, a minute each. He charges people to go and speak and give motivational speeches and stuff. All sorts of ridiculous nonsense. In my opinion, it is a grift. So let's hear him talk about why we should care about NFTs for, 24 minutes or so? Or why we should care about crypto.
And I think it's time, once and for all, that we talk about what it is to be a leader and build a big business. And I don't think nice guys finish last. Yeah. And I don't believe you need sharp elbows. And I don't think you gotta be nasty. I have no idea why anybody would verbally dress down an employee in a conference room with other employees in there. There is no logical fucking sense whatsoever.
All right, Garyvee's here. Hi, Garyvee.
Hi.
I love seeing you. I'm so happy for you.
Good to see you.
Okay, give us the update on Garyvee's world. Like, what's happening? What are you working on? You've got a new book.
There's always a lot going on. I think right now, trying to balance how intense VFriends, my NFT project, and how...
For reference, do you want to see what VFriends looks like? The premise of VFriends is Pokemon. It's Pokemon. He's trying to create Pokemon, but with NFTs. These are the VFriends. This is what they look like. These are his Pokemon designs that he has created, and he is charging a lot of money for. Gift Goat. It's a goat. That's also a gift. Hold on. How much is he charging for this one? 8 Ethereum. So he is, you too can own Gift Goat for the low price of $26,000. Yeah, this is the kind of thing Gary does. But what a nice guy that isn't. He's not scamming people. He's not scamming his audience at all. He's real down to earth. He's nailing it, and you can tell by things like Reliable Rat, which is also about $26,000, and this is a great Pokemon design because it's a rat. Great. All right, back to Gary.
explosive, the VaynerX Holding Co., balancing being CEO of 2 companies of that size is a new challenge.
Yeah.
Metal Turtle 571, thanks for following. I'm gonna put this out there. If being a CEO was actually hard, you would not be capable of being a CEO of 2 companies at the same time.
I've done it before.
It would be impossible. Like, if the salary difference between, like, normal employees and the CEO was in line with the amount of work and effort and intelligence that's the difference between an average employee and the CEO, it would be, first of all, I think it would be physically impossible to do the amount of work that would be able to justify the salary that a lot of CEOs get in large companies. But even so, it would be even more impossible to be CEO of multiple companies at the same time, if it were as difficult as they pretend it is. Oops, I muted it.
It was so emotional. It was my baby. It was my family business. I'd been there forever. And we were just starting VaynerMedia, me and AJ, my brother. And so from 2009 to 2011, I definitely ran both those businesses. But the size of both those businesses were much smaller than what I'm dealing with right now.
Hawthorne, thanks for 6 months, says, just 3 more months until we meet our first sub, baby. I'm very excited.
Plus, it's the moment in Web3, meaning, you know, there's only these 12 to 36 month windows where the whole industry is shaping in front of you, and there's a lot of good getting during that time, right?
Web3's going awesome, by the way. There are only a few scams a day. It's going excellent.
Investing,
If you can get in early.
timing matters and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's right.
So just trying to balance that, I think, is really intense and challenging and exciting. And then, you know, what's actually being affected by that, because it's really a lot of time and effort, is I'm producing a hair less content than I have over the last 6 years.
Do your fans notice it?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen too many comments, but my output that I believe in so much, you know, I do believe that quantity is very underrated in social media content.
This is the thing Garyvee does. Thought Slime, excuse me. Thought Slime recently did a video on Gary, and one of Gary's things is that he will tell people who want to start their own businesses, the hustle culture, you know, devotees that follow him and pay him to give advice on how to become rich like him. He says, just put out like 10 to 15, or no, I think he might have even said like 7 to 50 like things on social media per day. It doesn't matter if it's good or not. Just put content out there. Quantity over quality, which, as someone who's been on the internet for like a decade and has built a business out of this, don't do that. Don't do that. Do not do that. Quality is more important than quantity. Don't get me wrong, there's a balance there. But there are people who can put out one really great, well-crafted like video essay every 4 months. Someone like your Dan Olson Folding Ideas types, Lindsay Ellis when she was still on the platform. And they're all right. Don't get me wrong. They had to work a lot before they got up to that, and they had luck in that they had an audience already that was built over time. I'm not saying it's easy, and I'm not saying it's all work. There is a lot of luck involved in social media and like YouTube, Twitch, whatever. But they also put time and energy and thought into their presentations. So you can either be someone like Jeremy, the Quartering, who puts out 6 brain-dead videos where he does nothing all day and just says nonsense about things being too woke, or on the other end of the spectrum, you can be someone who puts out videos rarely, but they're very high quality. There are strategies on both ends, but most people kind of meet in the middle, you know? Just throwing out garbage 50 times a day, like Garyvee is saying, is a terrible idea, and you're going to alienate anyone who might even have been potentially someone who might have enjoyed your content. Vontuck says, I once had an investment opportunity that would have made me a lot of crypto, Litecoin, a while ago, that I never followed through on. Had I done so, I would be one of these annoying NFT weirdos today. Never have I been so glad to have missed out on making money. This culture is poison. Yeah, it is. Hydrate.
Is down. On the flip side, me and my team are really, really pushing the envelope to try to make every post have more oomph. And so trying to figure out how to balance the content output that really brings me a lot of joy. I think for me, I've realized in the last 3 or 4 years that speaking and the Garyvee thing has a lot more to do with the legacy, the DMs of the post I posted on the way here. Guy comes up to me at the secret wine party at the Super Bowl and tells me, you got me out of debt. If you watch that clip.
I'm 41 years old. Nobody believed me. And I bought an NFT. You got me out of debt. Thank you, man.
I'm really proud of you, bro.
Thank you. I love you.
You got yourself out of debt.
Thank you.
You got yourself out of debt. Proud of you, bro.
Thank you.
That is a 40-year-old man.
Yeah. All right, now how many people have you gotten into debt with the NFT thing? Can we see those videos, Gary?
Who clearly had a lot of weight on his chest for 20 years and 4 pieces of content changed the outcome of his life. That's a high.
Yeah. I think that's where you get your energy.
100%. I can't replicate that of a good NFT flip or landing a $10 million account. And so just balancing that.
Okay. And at this stage in your life, what are you still learning? What do you feel like you've mastered and what do you feel like you're still learning?
That's a good question. I'm still learning about myself. In the new book, I talk about candor. It took me, what's crazy for people watching this is Garyvee's biggest strength is candor. But I'm not talking to anybody. I'm talking to the world. And thus, I'm not hurting Dustin's feeling or Johnny's feelings or Susan's feelings. As an operator for 20 plus years, I did everything I
You just call himself an operator.
could to fix a situation without telling somebody they stunk.
Are you conflict avoidant?
Yes. But what made me build big businesses was not at 12:01.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
At 11:59 I was.
Yes.
At 12:01 I wasn't. I would always do the thing that the business needed.
You got it done.
But it was
It
was so, and what I learned and why I wrote about it was so sloppy from 10:30 p.m. to 12:01.
That's right. And the angst and the
And so what would
inertia.
happen, really how it started was I was reading a Facebook group of former employees and there was enough people in there that were not loving me. And I kind of...
Why don't my employees love me?
Just read it and looked at it and I was like, this is a problem. It's time I fix this. I know who I am. I have no ill will. I only have deep love for my employees. I don't value the money enough to be... Why am I in this situation where these people don't feel great towards me and they've worked for me? It's one thing when Johnny Pants 47 leaves a comment and says, you're full of shit.
Yeah.
That means nothing.
You're shut up.
Yeah, in the same way that somebody says you're the GOAT and they don't know you, you can't go high or low if you don't know somebody. But when I'm reading somebody who worked for me for 19 months and I feel like I had interactions with them and I know how I run Vayner and they're like, fuck Gary, I'm like, fuck. And when I kind of really dissected it, all of the people that were not pumped all had sloppy exits, whether I got them to quit through them feeling it.
Subtlety.
Or they were pushed out. On Thursday, I would see them in the hall and be like, Karen, keep rocking it. And on Monday, we're like, you gotta
Karen's
go.
Gone.
And that was a real shortcoming. And so I talk a lot about...
Did he just admit that he would make conditions worse and worse and worse for certain employees until they themselves quit because he didn't want to be the one to fire them, which also, by the way, would potentially prevent them from getting unemployment benefits? You're an asshole! Sky Comet Fallen says, an operator, wait, Marble Hornets, operator, he's Slender Man.
About it, and I talk about how I put the word kind in front of candor, and it shifted everything for me 3-4 years ago. I just can deal with it more, I can deliver it more, and I practice it more, and it's made substantial. I mean, VaynerX's revenue, business, the P&L, is dramatically stronger today because its CEO got better at candor. It trickled down. My greatest belief is that a leader's number one goal is to eliminate fear. Hence why it was hard for me to say, Sally, you're really not doing well, and we're going to need to get this better. My thought was Sally leaves my office, goes and gets upset. Johnny leaves my office, goes and gets upset, gets scared, goes on LinkedIn and starts updating.
Shit's all over.
I feel like candor leads to fear, and that's how I saw it for a long time, and that's wrong. But the reason I don't call it candor in the book and call it kind candor is what I know for a fact is over the last 25 years, I've witnessed unlimited inside of my companies or the hundreds of companies I've invested in that people use candor as an excuse to be mean. Managers and bosses use, well, I'm just helping you, but they shit all over you.
Yeah.
Their bedside manners are atrocious. And even though they're helping you, you leave stunned, demotivated, shook, and you're out the door. And I think it's time once and for all that we talk about what it is to be a leader and build a big business. And I don't think nice guys finish last.
Yeah.
And I don't believe you need sharp.
Gary, you're not a nice guy. You're an asshole. You convince people to buy your garbage NFTs that don't do anything but harm them and enrich yourself.
The biggest poison in us is regret. It's poison. And I push so hard, and will, through my vehicle, which isn't meditation, which isn't health and wellness, which isn't nonprofit. My vehicle's business. I can't help it. It's what I love. I love building businesses. I love competing.
Again, his business is telling people how to go and build successful businesses. He also, I believe, has an advertisement company. If you remember when they killed Mr. Peanut? Because we all had to be subjected to that obnoxious advertising campaign for months. His company was the one that killed Mr. Peanut.
Competing with you, I want to beat you. I love that game. But through that vehicle, I will always push a lack of regret and awareness to how good it really is. You're more than welcome to tell me about how bad it is or why you can't, because or what, but it's just not true. Because if anybody ever did it, then you can too. Stop making.
That is such terrible advice. If anyone has ever been able to do something, then you are also capable of it, as if all people start with the same advantages, disadvantages. Capital. That's not how this works. Different people start in different situations.
Making excuses.
Heck, different people have different capabilities. Like some people are better at certain things than other people. It's not a genetics thing or anything. It's just, just some people are good at certain things and some people are good at other things. Like, that's fine. Sometimes your goals are unrealistic.
Stop complaining. Nobody's listening. They may pretend they're listening. The market doesn't care. What you need to do is make
all hail the market.
One person happy, you. Then you can make everybody else happy.
H. Baird says, everyone can run as fast as Usain Bolt. I heard it from Gary.
You know why I like making people happy? Because I'm already happy. And so I implore you to take this last little rant and really look at your fucking face and understand, are you doing the things that are putting you in a position to succeed, not just in a business world, but in life? Because it's super important, because boy, when you're happy in life, your fucking business can roll. And so I'm just trying to figure it out. And I've been trying to figure it out in front of you for the last 7.
How much do you think it costs to hire Garyvee? Like, what do you think his fee is to come and talk to your business or whatever? Oh, great. How did you become rich, Gary? Pay me $100,000 to $200,000 and you'll find out. I think maybe him getting rich had something to do with that. Good Lord.
8 years, trying to figure out the unlocks.
He said a swear. You trust him implicitly now. That's always smart.
EQ, IQ, self-awareness, hustle. I don't know what they are. You know why? Because like I told my man.
In one speaking engagement, he makes more than I make in a year.
It's 330 different unlocks. And so I'll go to
more than most of us make in a year, individually at least, I'd imagine.
All of them. They're all tried and true. And one might hit you. Yeah, it was hard work because I'm actually lazy. I talk a good game, but I'm full of shit. Or it might be something else. But fuck, one. And so,
what's the average yearly salary in the U.S.? Like $40,000? Average U.S. salary. The median wage was $34,000. Yikes. Tea with Goblin says, the royalty-free emotional music in the background is super cringe. Yeah. What is the modal income in the U.S.? Wow. The modal income in the United States is between $5,000 and $999,000. $9,999. That's terrible. H. Baird says, when I was younger, I'd fantasize about selling a get-rich-quick scheme that was just advice about selling get-rich-quick schemes. That would have been more honest than this. Yeah.
So, you decided to sit? You're into this, right?
Per month or per year? I believe the modal was per month.
Good, right? This is some good shit. You're gonna remember?
Or, sorry, per year.
Remember this? Good. One fucking life. One life, my friends, one time. And honestly, I'll leave you with this because a lot of you need it. How?
For the record, modal does not mean most people make that. It means the most common wage. So it's just that the distribution is more spread out in the above that range. So there can be plenty of people making $20,000 or $30,000 a year, but it's more spread out and diverse than within that first range. Modal just means the most common. It doesn't mean the most total.
How you make your money is more important than how much you make.
But the average is in the 30,000s, which is really, really bad. And that's being pulled up by very rich people at the top, too. Actually, that wasn't the average. That was the median, sorry. But the modal was quite bad.
Something I've been studying for about 6 months is NFTs, non-fungible tokens, art on the blockchain. People are like, Gary, why are you buying $2,000 digital art? I'm like, why do you spend 5,000 hours of your life dwelling that you don't have a blue check on Instagram? What do you think a blue check on Instagram is worth to some people right now?
I don't do that.
What's a Clubhouse invite going for? That's an invite to a platform.
What's Clubhouse?
That is virtual. Why did Matt show a little plaque with 100,000 subscribers? Why did Josh know exactly what that plaque meant? Because the digital world is the world. So.
No? Hold on. This is one of the old school ones, so it looks a little different, but I also have one of those. Like, this is cool because it actually corresponds to, like, my job. It's not like a digital piece of art that I can right-click. It's just a thing that says, like, hey, bunch of people subscribe to you. Woo!
I would get educated on NFT. Something I've been studying for about 6 months is NFT.
I hate NFTs so bad. What else we got? This one's a shorter one.
Hello, with the new year upon us, I know that many of your 2012 resolutions involve saving money and building wealth. But before you begin creating your plan of action to achieve your financial goals, it's important to make sure that you aren't unknowingly holding yourself back from your own financial independence. Through my years of experience, I've learned that there are 5 common mistakes that prevent the majority of Americans from becoming wealthy.
The majority of Americans literally can't be wealthy by definition by the way our system is made. Like, you can't have most people be wealthy. That doesn't work, just logically. If everyone is wealthy, or most people are wealthy, then no one is wealthy.
Let's talk about them one by one. First, at the top of the list, it is that it never occurs to them to become wealthy. The average person...
Just be rich! I didn't think about that! Holy shit! Thanks, guy from 10 years ago!
...is growing up in a family where he's never met or known anyone who was wealthy, He goes to school, socializes with people who are not wealthy. Birds of a feather flock together. He works with people who are not wealthy. He has a reference group or a social circle outside of work who are not wealthy. And he has no role models who are wealthy. Now, if this has happened to you throughout your formative years, up to the age of 20 or so, you can actually grow up and become a fully mature adult in our society, and it may never occur to you that it's just as possible for you to become wealthy as for anyone else. So the first reason why people don't become wealthy is because it never occurs to them that it is possible for them. And of course, if it never occurs to them, then they never take any of the steps necessary to make it a reality.
Cog Emperor, thanks for following.
The second reason that people don't become wealthy is that they never decide to. The primary cause for...
All right, I'm deciding right now to become wealthy. If within a year I don't have $1 million, then this guy from 2012 is a liar.
Underachievement and failure is that the great majority of people don't decide to be successful. Even if a person reads a book or attends a lecture or associates with people who are financially successful, nothing changes until he makes a decision to do something different. Even if it occurs to a person that he could become wealthy if he just did certain things in a certain way, if he doesn't decide to take the first step, he ends up staying as he is.
It's actually really funny watching this because it's from a decade ago, and the look of hustle culture, it wasn't even really called hustle culture back then, but the look of it is very Garyvee now, and people like Garyvee who are a lot more casual. A lot of it's tech rich people who made money in like tech and things like Twitter or stuff like that, sometimes in Bitcoin. So like it's interesting seeing this very old money old guy talk about this stuff when I'm very used to it coming from shitlord like meme culture people like Gary. It's interesting how much things can evolve over just a decade. These people are gross. Agreed. Overthought says, current mood after this bullshit.
If you continue to do what you've always done, you'll continue to get what you've always got. The third reason that people don't become...
I didn't like that camera switch. That makes me uncomfortable. Let's watch that again.
Got.
That's such a Tim and Eric edit. What the hell? If you do it in slow motion, it's kind of like one of those 3D views of products on Amazon. You can kind of look around like, I see you're shopping for an old, white, wealthy, out-of-touch man. Here, 360 view to check out what he looks like all around. What will old rich man look like in your living room?
The third reason that people don't become wealthy is procrastination. People always have a good reason not to begin doing what they know they need to do to achieve financial independence. It's always the wrong month, the wrong season, or the wrong year. There always seems to be a reason to procrastinate. As a result, they keep putting it off month by month, year by year, until it's too late. Even if it's...
Logarth says, except in this case, he is actually living in an augmented reality. He's Mr. Metaverse. He created the metaverse, so he didn't have to live his horrifying existential existence, which is redundant. I'm just reaching for words now. So he didn't have to live his terrifying existence, bleak in an empty verse. He found someone who he could relate to, and that was humanoid robot Mark Zuckerberg, compelled him to buy Oculus and then create the metaverse.
It's occurred to a person that they can become wealthy, and they have made a decision to change. Procrastination will push all their plans into the indefinite future, and nothing will ever happen. The fourth reason that people retire poor is what economists call the inability to delay
retiring poor, or as I like to call it, dying
gratification. The great majority of people have an irresistible temptation to spend every single penny they make and whatever else they can borrow or buy on credit.
Again, rich people think poor people secretly have a bunch of money. Like, how do they think this works?
If
you don't pay people money, they don't have money.
You cannot delay gratification and discipline yourself to refrain from spending everything you make, you cannot become wealthy.
Oh, if you spend all your money, you don't have any? I didn't think of that. I'll just stop eating and paying my bills.
W. Clement Stone once said, if you cannot save money, then the seeds of greatness are not in you. If you cannot practice budgeting as a lifelong habit, it will be impossible for you to achieve financial independence. The fifth reason that people retire poor is perhaps as important, if not more important, than all the others. It's a lack of time perspective. Time perspective is defined as the amount of time that you take into consideration when planning your day-to-day activities and when making important.
My retirement plan is to die in the water wars sometime in the 60s.
Important decisions in your life. The young couple that begins putting $50 a month aside.
I won't put up much of a fight.
In a scholarship fund so that their newborn child can go to the college or university of his choice is a couple with long time perspective. They're willing to sacrifice in the short term to assure better results and outcomes in the long term. People with long time perspective almost invariably move up economically in the course of their lifetimes. Well, that's it for the 5 reasons why most people don't become wealthy. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please visit briantracy.com/wealth report and let us send you a free report. Remember, that's briantracy.com/wealth report for my free report, The Way to Wealth.
$50 a month. Ah, yes. Why didn't I think of that? Cog Emperor, thanks for subscribing. Von Tuck says, once Nasara Jasara kicks in, we're all set, so it's fine. Oh, I found Peter's alt account. Oh, God. This is similar. How to become famous. As someone who's been on the internet for 10 years, need I remind you, my desk drawer with my one and only lifetime achievement. I know a thing or two about getting seen on the internet, okay? Not liked. Being liked is different. But anyway, he's gonna tell us how to get famous, okay? Does he have a desk drawer with an outdated YouTube plaque? I hope not, because that's my only accomplishment. Sky Comet Fallen says, putting away $50 a month? $50 a month for 18 years is just over $10,000. How much does college cost again, morons? The ring on my finger is also an achievement? True. I didn't get my PhD, but I will get my MRS. Anyway, let's watch this guy talk about how to get famous.
Benefits of fame are clear. Not celebrity fame, but business fame. Landing clients becomes a cinch. Befriending influential people becomes easier than ever. And I love your work. You're so good at what you do.
If I ever become something that could be qualified as business famous, please end me. Please, please, please go into Minecraft and destroy my shelter, okay? I do not want anything to do with being business famous.
And people who bombard you with compliments. How can you become famous? I'm Derek Halpern, the founder of Social Triggers, and I'm excited to reveal this new research that uncovers that secret. 2 researchers from York College discovered a way for non-famous people to appear more famous without doing anything. That means you don't have to write a popular book series, cure a disease, or do anything remarkable. Here's the deal. These 2 researchers ran a simple experiment. They paired pictures of non-famous people with pictures of famous people, and here's what they discovered. When they paired a picture of a non-famous person with a famous person, research participants rated the non-famous person as more famous than they really were.
I mean, probably they're following context clues. That doesn't mean you're famous. Is his thing gonna be surround yourself with famous people? Ah, yes, I know so many famous people. Let me just call Tom Hanks, Jojo Siwa. Insert third celebrity here. I don't know a lot of famous people. The point is, how are you supposed to make this in any way applicable to your everyday life?
What's really going on here? And what does this have to do with landing more clients, befriending influential people, and just getting ahead in business and life? Let's break it down. When you're seen with somebody who's known for something, it can rub off on you. In this example, fame can rub off on you. But
you're telling me Tom Hanks will rub off on me? Is it 90s Tom Hanks or typewriter owner Tom Hanks?
I believe...
H. Baird says, Step 1, photobomb celebrity. Step 2, question mark. Step 3, profit. It's funny, because that's actually, you know Skippy? That guy we watch on cringe streams who goes on the awkward dates? He legitimately tries to do this. He'll go to events where he'll run into, like, famous people, actors, actresses, and stuff, and he'll take pictures with them because he wants to be famous and he thinks that'll help. It has not worked so far. Hydrate. Purple Spyro fan says, I will absolutely take either Tom Hanks. He's just such a nice dude. He does seem nice.
Anything can rub off on you. And that's why I call this the rub-off effect. As an example, when
you gotta take that one back to what's the word I'm thinking of? Don't call it the rub-off effect. Please don't call it the rub-off effect. Take that one to the drawing board.
When I started my podcast, Social Triggers Insider, I wanted to do two things. First, I wanted to introduce...
That's what I used to call my chafing problem, the rub-off effect.
My readers to academic researchers that were known for doing world-renowned research. But the second thing I wanted to do was I wanted their expertise to rub off on me. Why? Because the mainstream media loves to cite academic researchers, and I wanted to make myself more citable in the eyes of the mainstream media. Was I actually in pictures with these academic researchers? No. I was just seen as being with them. Now, how do I know if it actually worked? Well, before I started my podcast, I was known as some punk kid that knew a lot about marketing and psychology. But now, people often cite me as a marketing psychology expert. That's the rub-off effect at work. Now, what does this mean for you? If you want someone's expertise or fame to rub off on you, get them on your website.
Now that I've covered Peter so often and I've talked to him on several occasions, I guess I'm a crazy person expert, so that's nice.
Website as a potential interviewee. As another example, a more literal example, a simple way for you to build your credibility is to share a picture of yourself with famous people on your sales pages or your about pages. You might think it's cheesy, because I know I do, but you can bet I'll use it because I know it works. Because when you're dealing with people who don't know who you are, you must use anything you can to build an instant connection with your ideal reader or prospect. And my friend Marie Forleo does this real well. Does Richard Branson, Russell Simmons, and Tony Robbins pass some fame and credibility?
Oh God, we gotta cover Tony Robbins at some point. He's also a grifter.
Onto Marie? Absolutely. But what if you can't get a picture of you with a famous person? Well, in this study...
What if you can't get a picture of you and a famous person? A thing a very real business expert said.
The researchers didn't have pictures of people in the shot with famous people. They had a headshot of one person next to a headshot of a famous person.
Just start hanging pictures of famous people up in your office.
For instance, here's a regular person, and here's a famous person. And that's it.
For the record, his channel has 100,000 subscribers. As someone who's been part of a channel with like 150,000 subscribers, that's not famous. That's not what fame is.
How can this work for you? Well, let's say you've had an A-list interviewee on your website. With their permission, include a picture of them in your sidebar, and it can work wonders for your site's credibility. As an example, my friend Andrew Warner from Mixergy does this real well.
If I saw someone who had a website where they had just like interviewed someone once and they had a picture of that famous person on their homepage, I would think it's tacky. I would be like, oh, they're stretching, huh?
His picture is nowhere
oh God.
near the top of his page, but it's in his sidebar. Think the fame and credibility rubs off on Andrew? Yep. Now, what's that mean to you? You can feature a picture of an A-list interviewee that you've had on your site or even mentioned on your site if they'll allow it.
Hey, are you Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's manager? I mentioned him on my podcast once. Can I put his picture on my website? Occult Comic says, am I doing this right? You read my words. Am I famous now? Can I complain to YouTube about my lack of plaque? Also, hope everyone is having a good stream. Yes, you're officially famous. Unfortunately, you are D-list Twitch famous, which is honestly worse than being anonymous. Just give it up. It's not worth it. There's no future in this. Just go and get a real job, frankly. It's, I think you'll be better off.
And their fame and credibility can rub off on you. You might think this sounds a little silly, but I assure you it's not. These little boosts in fame and credibility is how you can kick open a door that was previously slammed in your face. Why? Because when you're talking to people who don't know who you are, they don't know who you are, which means they're looking for anything that may signal you're the real deal. And that's why the rub-off effect is perfect. Let's say you don't want to game the fame system. The best way to become famous is to do something amazing. And we'll talk more about that in a...
Wow, good advice. Do you want to be famous? Do something worthy of fame. Wow.
Future videos, so subscribe to this channel. Now I have a question for you. How do you plan to use the rub-off effect? Leave a comment and let me know. Also, if you're not on the Social Triggers newsletter, type socialtriggers.com into the URL bar and get on it, and you'll get videos just like this, and you'll gain access to...
That is true. You do stream your drawing. I wasn't thinking about it. I'm sorry. Hey, everyone, go check out Occult Comics here on Twitch. Let's take a look. Ooh, Occult Comics. What if everyone followed Occult Comics? That would be wunderbar, wouldn't it? Go check out Occult Comics. Do it. Click the link. Follow. Let's look. Are there any videos here? No videos found. Are you not saving your videos? Wait, if you're not a partner, can you save videos? Anyway, check out Occult Comics. Tea with Goblin says, do something fame-worthy. What can make me super famous super quick? Strips naked and flails wildly at the Pope. You can save videos as an affiliate. Alright, well, go check out Occult Comics, and then whenever Occult Comics is streaming, check out the streams. You haven't been streaming as much? I'm sorry to hear that. Either way, go follow Occult Comics. Alright, that's the last time I'll push it. 10 ways to make passive income online. I'm sure this is gonna be obnoxious. I swear to God, if they called Twitch streaming or YouTube passive income, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Hey everybody, this is Roberto Blake of robertoblake.com, helping you create something awesome today. So today we're gonna talk about 10 different ways to make passive income online, and I'm really excited about this because this is probably one of the most important videos that I've ever done, because this will actually help people achieve financial freedom, make some extra money, give themselves a raise, maybe put some money away for their kids' college.
Passive income is like property renting? Yeah, you know, like being a leech on society.
So I'm super excited about this particular video. Now, I'm not one of those internet gurus who is trying to sell you on the idea that passive income means not having to work or get up early or do anything like that. You know, it's freaking hard work, and it's nothing new. The top Fortune 500 companies in the world are making passive income right now. You just have to change the way you've been thinking about it so that you don't think of it as a scam or a myth. And there's a lot of ways you could really think about exactly how this works and has always worked. And
yeah, I don't know what his definition of passive income is if he just said what he just said. I'm so confused.
The reality is that right now, whoever is doing the, or has the licensing in Netflix for like a show like Dawson's Creek or Roswell or something like that from years and years ago, guess what? The actors might not be making any money from that right now, or they might. It's called...
They probably do. They probably have residual stuff in their contracts.
They might be getting royalties, but whoever controls the licensing and was able to sell that to Netflix, whoever had the rights to the whole thing, they're making money years after that show is already off the air.
This is true.
Cameraman who showed up every day, he's not still making money off of Dawson's Creek or Smallville or whatever. But whoever...
Yeah, it's almost like the system is set up to make sure that wealthy people who can afford the capital to own things like that, properties, intellectual property, real property that then they can rent out to other people, or license in the case of intellectual property. It's almost like the entire system is set up to make sure that the wealthy who already have the capital to purchase these things don't actually have to work, whereas working class people have to actually do labor in order to pay for the rent-seeking behavior of these leeches. Crazy.
Whoever owns the licensing to that intellectual property is still making money today. The person who invented the paperclip, their descendants are still making money today. So when you think about passive income from that perspective, you realize that the largest corporations in the world are raking in passive income right now while you're waking up and grinding, which, by the way, you should probably still be doing, but they are doing that and making money on the back end. CEOs could probably stop working today, but because they own their company, they will make residual passive income every day, whether they show up and run the business or not, or whether their general manager or their VP does it.
Are you going to get to the actual things you want people to do?
So you have to start thinking about it in that way. So here are 10 ways that you can actually start making passive income.
His book on his desk is a Garyvee book, by the way.
And a lot of them are really easy and you can do them right now. For one thing, if you don't own your own intellectual property, it's okay. You can do what's called affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing through programs like Amazon or Commission Junction, or even through individual web hosting companies like...
Okay, but that's not actually passive. Like, for instance, if there are streamers and YouTubers who have Amazon affiliate links. Maybe I'll do one someday as an extra source of income. I don't know. But the idea is, like, if you wanted to support the channel or something, you could follow my Amazon affiliate link or whatever affiliate link, and then when you make purchases, I get a small portion of the money from that. It's sort of a small commission to whoever, right? And it's kind of a cool thing. But that's not passive. I still have to have a presence online that's worthwhile enough to make people willing to use said affiliate link. You know what I mean? That doesn't really make sense.
Bluehost and GoDaddy and 1&1 all allow you to sell their products or their services, and you will get a commission for it. That's what affiliate marketing is. So if you read a book like, let's say, the Ask Garyvee book, which is one of the best books to buy right now, it is a blueprint for entrepreneurship. So buy that book with the link in the description below. See what I just did? That is affiliate marketing. So I want you to buy Gary's book and learn about how to be an entrepreneur or how to grow your business. And if you do, I'd probably make a couple bucks. So that right there is a primary example of affiliate marketing. Now granted, you should do that for things and products that you believe in, that you know, and that you are reputable to speak about. If you're a photographer, talk about the camera gear that you own and review each piece of lenses and camera bodies and your lighting equipment and get people to buy those.
This is not passive. You are describing being an active content creator and using that to then do affiliate marketing, but that's active. You are describing active income. Creating videos is not passive. Creating reviews is not a passive process. This is an active job, or at least hobby, that you might make money from.
It was based on your recommendations, or recommend alternatives to those, and that's a way to do affiliate marketing, and that's just one example. You can do affiliate marketing whether you're a photographer, an artist, a makeup guru, whatever. It's something that you can do right now just by talking about products you own and products you love. Now, a lot of you might be thinking, well, if I do that, that doesn't necessarily mean I can quit my day job or that I can create financial freedom for myself. You'd be surprised, actually. You'd be surprised. I'm not allowed to talk about certain numbers from certain programs, but I can tell you right now that I do very well in Amazon. I probably do somewhere between $1,500 and $2,000 a month in Amazon affiliate marketing right now based around my content. So that's just a primary example. I can tell you that other affiliate marketing programs like Bluehost, the web hosting company that I use and that I do affiliate marketing on behalf of, whenever I get someone to sign up for the cheapest Bluehost plan, I get $65. Right now, there are many of you watching this video that are making $65 after working all day busting your hump at your job right now, whereas if you were able to actually get 2 people to...
He's describing why our system is broken. He gets that, right?
Start a new website, you'd make $130 for that day. Granted, that will pay out 30 to 60 days later, but again, this is the earning potential we're talking about, and so I would say...
Me shilling for a company literally makes me the same as you actually doing labor for a day. Don't you also want that? No, I want a system where that's not a thing.
That taking advantage of programs like Amazon, Bluehost, and Commission Junction are a really good way to make passive income. And even if you have no intention of ever leaving your day job, this will give you that $5,000 a year raise that your boss just isn't going to give you. And
that would be active. In order to be able to do affiliate marketing, you need an active audience. And able to have an active audience to market things to, you need to be putting time and energy into content, which is not passive.
It's not going to write a check for. So affiliate marketing is one of my favorite ways that you can make passive income, but there are other great ways that you can as well. And one of them is creating your own products, like writing a book, or maybe...
This isn't passive!
Your thing is that you're really good at making music in GarageBand or Fruity Loops or whatever. You can actually sell products online, whether they're a book, whether they're videos, whether they're music. You can sell these products online in things like Amazon and iTunes and Google Play, and you can make passive income. This is the same as the same big companies that are selling their DVDs or their downloads. You can do that too. And the beauty of it is you can go directly to the marketplace and not need to sign with a label or a publishing company. The guy who wrote The Martian, whose name escapes me right now, he put his book out for free, and his audience demanded that they be able to read it on their Kindle and on their iPad, so he went directly to the marketplace, and more people bought the book than...
Alright, now how many self-published authors fail? Is it more than succeed? It is.
Downloaded the free version when they could before, or went to the website and got the free version. More people bought the book. It was an instant Amazon bestseller, and all of a sudden, all the publishing companies that turned him down and mocked him and laughed at him, all of a sudden, they had to come crawling back and they wanted to offer him a deal, and that's how the book went to print. And later, he sold the licensing rights, which is another way that you can make passive income for that movie. So, licensing your content, licensing your intellectual property, whether it's the rights for your book.
Okay, I'm selling my life rights for $15,000. Anyone want to make a movie or book about my life? Give me money.
Or your idea to become a film or a television show is a great way for you to make money and to get royalties so that you're paid for life off of that, as well as sell the product directly. So these are two great ways that you can make passive income. And again, you can do this whether it's the licensing of your idea for a movie, whether it's selling part of the rights to your book, whatever it is. You can do that. You can go directly to the marketplace and sell your product, or you can license it to somebody else and make money on the back
Love
end.
Raven, thanks for
Tip
following.
number 4 for making passive income.
And Overthought says, best I can do is these biddies. Sold.
Income is, speaking of licensing, there is a such thing as stock video, stock photography, and stock audio. By selling stock resources, you can actually make royalties off of that forever as well. If you're a photographer and you shot, some great landscapes, or you have some stuff that you bought from the dollar store and you shot it against a white background like a piggy bank, marketers like me buy stock photos by the droves all the time.
Again, though, that is an active career. The amount of money you're going to make off of one, Shutterstock photo or whatever that you take, you're not going to make anything on that. You would need to have thousands upon thousands upon thousands of stock images in your portfolio to sell to people for different reasons to even make break-even amounts. That's not how this works. To get a return on that, you would need to make it a full-time thing. That's not passive.
To use for banner ads and for print ads and for billboards and for things like that. So you can make a lot of money off of marketers and designers.
And it is an insanely saturated market, yes.
If you're a photographer, and if you shoot video, you can sell to video editors and to marketers as well as far as stock video. We're always looking for that stuff, and we want that to be royalty free, so we'll pay for the rights to use it, and if we want it to be exclusive, we'll pay even more. So producing stock audio and selling that to people in a marketplace like iStock or Audio Blocks or Graphic River or Envato, all of those things are a way to make passive income online forever, having done the work one time. So if you make a lot of these things, you stand to make a lot more money. If you have like 100 beats to sell, you can package and bundle some of them, you can sell them individually, and you can sell them in multiple marketplaces. You don't have to do marketplace exclusivity. You get more money if you do, but you can sell them everywhere and make a lot of money. You can do the same thing with your photography, or if you're a graphic designer, you can make some simple graphics. You can make word bubbles, you can make arrows, you can sell banner ads.
You're not gonna, look, okay. You can get 1 million word bubble PNGs right now. Like, what? They already exist. No one's gonna buy yours specifically. And you might even be able to find free ones. If you'll go under usage rights, I don't know if there's anything under Creative Commons, maybe? Oh my god, there's free ones. Look at how many free ones there are that you can just use for free. Like, what? No one's gonna buy your shitty one.
Ad templates, you can sell website templates, and this will make you money online. So, selling stock.
And most editing programs will involve something like that. Like, I have a program I use that I make thumbnails with, or edit videos with. Those have, like, thought bubble, speech bubble, like, templates that you can use. And I pay for that program, so I guess they make money, but...
graphics and stock audio and stock video is a great way to make passive income because, again, you're selling a product. One of the other ways you can make passive income online is through online advertising. Online advertising through Google AdSense and other marketplaces are a great way to make some real money. Now, granted, it's pennies on the dollar, but if you have enough content in enough places...
Again, this is requiring you to make continual content. This is not passive.
It all adds up. You could also...
Like, I get in the like, very specific way that, like, yeah, every time someone looks at your thing and you're getting paid a residual or whatever, you're not actively causing that in that moment. But I think colloquially, when people think of passive income, they think more of like, oh, I own a rental property and now someone is paying me. Basically rent-seeking behavior. And this is not that entirely. It still involves a lot of continual work in order to make this possible.
So use affiliate marketing banner ads and links along with these Google AdSense pay-per-click ads, and that could be a good way to make some, money in different ways. So if you have a blog, you could do Google AdSense and you could do the other ad marketplaces, but you could also use your affiliate marketing there as well, and then you have more shots at making real money. So I would highly encourage you to sign up for as many of those marketplaces as you can and get in on Google AdSense as well as some other ones. A sixth way you can make passive income is through direct video marketing. Now, this works in a couple of different ways. There are video platforms.
You're stealing rent-seeking behavior. I didn't come up with it. So
forms outside of YouTube that pay you, like Dailymotion has a way to pay you, and so does Vimeo as far as paid-on-demand videos.
Again, he's considering video creation passive. It is not.
So you could use those marketplaces. YouTube also is connected to Google AdSense, and that is another way to make passive income. So you can use...
Again, I have been on YouTube for 10 years. I've had my highs and my lows. I'm doing pretty well nowadays, here on Twitch as well. Under no circumstances would I consider what I do now passive. It is not passive.
Video content and paid video to make passive income online, and that's another great opportunity for you. Another way you can make passive income online is through sponsored content.
Which also requires you to have an audience.
The way sponsored content works is very different depending on who the sponsor is. You could get what's called pay for performance sponsorship, which means that they will pay you in proportion to how many views that you get for your content, whether that's...
You're more likely going to get that if you have a very large audience. Normally they're going to pay per actual like interaction with the ad or purchase based on a link that you give.
The video, whether that's a blog post, whether it's a podcast, you know, they'll pay you based on either the downloads or the views or what have you. And that's another great way to make passive income online. Some people want to pay you a flat rate, and that's okay too. Another option is also they could pay you a commission based.
It could be passive if you did. People keep sending me Raid Shadow Legends like things, and they clearly have never seen my content because they never do. So they're just, you know, sending out messages to every Twitch, YouTube person they can find. You know how many people offer me like Raid Shadow Legends sponsorships? And by the way, the prices they give me vary wildly. It's crazy. It's awful. I'm never going to do an ad for Raid Shadow Legends. Stop asking. Not that you're watching this video anyway, because they don't watch the content. They just find people who have Twitch in their profile descriptor and send a message. But either way, I'm not going to promote Raid Shadow Legends. It's dog shit. Don't download it. Fuck Raid Shadow Legends.
Based on what's called cost per action, meaning if your video is translated to a sale for them and it's trackable, they will pay you for that. So it's similar to affiliate marketing, but it's a little different. Because instead of going to the marketplace, you have a direct deal. And the commissions for that could be higher than...
What about NordVPN? Was that the one that got caught stealing people's information or using a Bitcoin miner, or was that a different one?
If you did affiliate marketing is usually lower percentages, anywhere from 4 to 10%. But when we're talking about direct sales, it could be higher. So just look into that. Speaking of sales, another great way, and I think this is number 8,
that was Norton Security. Okay.
To go ahead and make passive income online is what's called joint venture partnerships. So if somebody's launching a product or a course and you're what's called a JV partner, a joint venture partner, you can sell on their behalf and they will cut you in for the profits. And this could be 20%, 30%, or even upwards of 50%. And that's great. Now you might be wondering why somebody might do that, but the reality is selling stuff is harder than people think. So if you have 10 people out there selling for you, getting 50% of the sales...
Oh my god, is he going to describe MLMs?
...of 10 people is much better than getting 100% of just the sales you can bring in by yourself. So that would be another great opportunity. So you can look for joint venture partnerships by either working directly with entrepreneurs, people in your network, or just do a Google search and find out who's looking for JV partners and see what you can bring to the table. Another way of doing passive income online is network marketing. I'm not the biggest fan of...
Oh my god, he's literally telling you to join an MLM. Don't join MLMs. I gotta do a stream at some point where we just cover MLMs for like 3 hours. They're so bad. MLMs, aka pyramid schemes with a product.
Of network marketing personally, but there are a lot of people who swear by it, and I would just say make sure you're not roped into a pyramid scheme. Look for something really strong.
Join a pyramid scheme, just don't join a pyramid scheme, wink.
As far as network marketing and something that's reputable. Grant Cardone has a lot of great advice on this, so I would highly recommend that you look into that.
Logarth says, oh please, I want to see Hannah watch Goop stuff. Does Goop have an MLM? Oh no.
One of the final ways I'm going to talk about making passive income online is selling actual tangible products.
They don't? Okay. Logarth, I think you're confused.
Products. Meaning that you can actually go into Amazon or eBay and you can sell existing products that you already have to people, whether they're new or used. This could be great if you happen to get a gift that you have 2 of. You can go ahead and make some money by doing this, by just taking a couple of pictures and posting up for sale and seeing who bites. This is a fantastic way to make money offline if you're trying to go ahead and think of it as a virtual garage sale. So this is my 10th and final way for you to make passive income online. I might go in depth about each of these later down the road, but these 10 things are something that you can execute on probably today, tomorrow, or within the week if you really wanted to. Anyway, I hope this video helped you guys out. This should probably help some of you figure out how you can make a little bit of extra money. A lot of these things are things that I've done. I am actively...
None of those were passive. What the hell? Purple Spyro fan with a link.
Dreams. Oh, God, we're not selling steak knives, are we?
Not we. You!
Uncle Hank.
Let's do some kind of cleanse or something, and then we will call it an evening.
Well, hey there, folks, and
let me see what Sausage Guy has that we can watch. I want to watch Limburger cheese sausage.
And welcome back. I guess one of the stinkiest cheeses known to man, the Limburger cheese. I've never actually had any. I've only ever heard about it from cartoons. This used to be the standard in stinkiness. You know, when I was a kid. How the heck do you open this thing? I'm just gonna tear it. So far it doesn't. I can't smell it from here, so it can't be that bad. Oh my God, it does stink. This is the stinkiest cheese that I've ever smelled in my whole life. It smells like sweaty socks, old sweaty socks, and we're gonna make sausage out of it. There.
I've never had Limburger cheese.
Okay. Oh my God, my hands stink. This cheese stinks. Here, we'll give it a little taste test. And it tastes pretty much how it smells. Well, that doesn't bode well for this sausage, but we've gone this far. This entire block may be a little overpowering, so I'm gonna give it half, a little more than half.
That's a lot of cheese still.
Let's see if that's enough stinky cheese for this sausage here. Yeah, that's probably, yeah, I'd say that looks like a good amount of cheese to meat ratio. All right, this is going to go in the freezer for 30 minutes. Oh, come on, you frozen meat, yeah. I don't want to overpower the cheese flavor with a bunch of spices, so we're just going to hit this with a little bit of salt and black pepper. I can feel how much this is seasoned, so we're going to put a little bit of water in this to make sure that it comes out of the tube okay. There we go. Now we got a meat spin. But then I saw her sausage. Now I'm a believer. In 3, 2, 1, let's sausage! And there we have it. Will it blow? It's a little bit. We got a little bit. I'm gonna have to give that will it blow 2 Mark Ruffalos. Okay, here we go! Oh my God, it burst already. It looks like it's got a serious venereal disease going on right now. We're just gonna blow this stink away. That's what we're gonna do. It keeps getting worse. There's no reason to disqualify this sausage. We got most of a sausage here. I bet this sausage tastes as good as it looks. Let's give it a trim. And yeah, so there it is. It doesn't look very cheesy, actually.
It doesn't even look cooked all the way through.
Here we go. I'll tell you what, don't judge a sausage before it's cooked, because the same thing happened with the Vegemite. Disgusting on its own, but mixed in with the sausage, it makes a great sausage. This is a great sausage here. The taste of the feet, I don't know, it just works wonders on this sausage. Pretty much a disaster in every other sense, so we'll, dock it a point for that. I'm gonna have to give this sausage here a 4 out of 5.
Bop, 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 bop. Now I want a cheesy sausage. Alright, let's see who we're gonna rate. Thanks everyone for coming to the stream. I'll be back tomorrow for some other stream, maybe sovereign citizens, I'm not sure. Either way, hope you had a good time. If you liked what you saw and you're not already subscribed, give me a follow, rather. Sorry, just talking like I'm on YouTube. Other than that, I hope everyone has a good night, good weekend, good long weekend if you have Easter off, or if you have Monday off for, you know, Easter. I don't know who does, who doesn't. Whatever. If you celebrate Easter, happy Easter. Other than that, have a wonderful evening, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. See you guys later.